All right, we're live. What's up, chat? How are you guys doing? One Piece chapter. This might be chapter of the year.
Alright, Sid, give me one more second.
Between
Alright, there you
these
go. Yeah. Alright, man, I'm excited for this chapter. Freaking put out
Bro.
a Rocks video just a couple of days ago before it dropped, so a lot of things can get debunked. But I'm so excited for
Nah,
this chapter.
I think there's more evidence for the Rocks video than anything.
Is it? Let's find out, man.
Yeah.
I
Can
can't
you
lie.
stream
Oda
the
has been,
chapter Yusuf on Discord stage? Guys, we cannot show the TCB chapters on live stream, so if you guys want to read along, join the Discord. I'll try to sneak in some stuff, but join the Discord stage and you'll be able to read along.
okay, let's see if I'm gonna try to stream it. Give me a second. One sec. 1 second. Send me link for the thing. Chapter.
It's all on management.
Oh, sick. So chat, man,
that's
what
the
are you guys
Discord link.
saying? Hey, honestly, guys, do you reckon Oda's like right now on his peak? Then we're gonna see another down and go back to peakness, or it's just gonna continue being 10 out of 10 without any breaks?
Well,
You
we're gonna be entering like break season now because
Yep.
Shonen Jump is going
Can't
on
really
break.
stop.
There's like Japanese holidays in August for 2 weeks, so there'll be no chapter next week, and then chapter again, and no chapter again. But I think that the Loki flashback will end
Hogging now.
next chapter or the chapter
But then
after.
after, but I think Albaf got another like maybe 2-3 months because Albaf
No,
is not
I
even.
think Elbaf still has like 20 chapters left, 20 to 30 chapters left. I really think that.
Stream chapter.
I'll stream. Yeah, one second.
Yeah, can you stream chapter? Because it's bugging out for me. Hey, chat saying is going to continue being 10 out of 10. Javin, Gerald. Nah, I agree, man.
Bro,
Honestly,
right after the Loki flashback, we're gonna enter Luffy versus Emu.
Exactly. And let's be honest here. I think right after Egghead, it's been non-stop craziness. And if you think about it, I think Oda's tired now. He just wants to rush things. Because when you go back to the anime, you see everything in detail now. Everything's so well detailed. Like every little panel that Oda done, the anime is gonna expand it anyways.
Yeah.
So what he's doing right now is just, he's just like, yeah, I'm gonna blaze through the story. I'm gonna focus on the lore and continue going forward. Maybe we might get a dragon. Said a dragon might actually come.
You know we're gonna get dragon. And with this chapter, I think we're gonna see a Davy back fight right after Elbaf.
Yeah, I think so too. Well, you mean straight after Elbaf? I think
I think Shanks versus Luffy is gonna happen. There will be a Davy back fight. But
my theory is if you go back to the buggy video we did like a while back, I think SNB hashed it into the clip channel. My theory is that there's gonna be a couple of competitors in that's gonna reach Laugh Tale, and I do believe Blackbeard's gonna go there. He's gonna get there. Shanks is gonna get there. Yeah, and Buggy's gonna get there.
Do you think this will happen after they defeat Emu or before they defeat Emu?
I want to say before because I know a lot of people think, oh, Emu's going to be not the final boss, but final villain. And I genuinely believe they're going to have a Davy back fight and then they're going to find what One Piece is. So they're going to... One Piece is gonna be...
So all the different crews fighting for One Piece are going to have a Davy back fight against each other.
That's
like a battle royale in the final island.
Yeah, that's how I saw it.
I wouldn't like that though because it won't be like a 1v1 matchup. Like if it becomes a Davy back fight, does that mean we won't even get to see Luffy versus Blackbeard?
The thing is, honestly speaking, I know people say, oh, Luffy has to fight Blackbeard. Blackbeard is the villain, and that's the fight that's gonna happen.
No, if we don't get Luffy versus Blackbeard, we have not seen this motherfucker fight this entire series, bro. Every single fight is off screen. He has the off-screen, no me.
We will see Blackbeard versus Luffy.
Anytime we see this dude fight, he almost got messed up by Law. Bro had to jump Law. With his crew of like 10 Titanic captains, like 4 of the Titans.
If it goes by the theory that he's the
fight one Law, bro. Oh, and
but I think if he's the
Law still got away. Law still got away because of Beppo.
No, but what I'm trying to say is if he basically is Zebek, yeah, because the theory is that
Yeah.
this is my understanding. Zebek has the ghost
You cut out, Yusuf.
Yusuf just cut out.
Hello?
Yusuf?
Where did
yes.
Yusuf go? Oh, you
Yeah,
just
yeah,
completely
yeah.
cut out. You just got back.
Oh,
Hello?
Cut out
oh, yo,
again.
yay.
Oh,
Am I
we can
cutting
hear
it?
you again. Yeah.
Okay,
Just
that's
by
so odd.
internet.
Hello? Oh, he's gone again.
It's gone again.
What?
All right, you're back.
That's
You're back.
it. Okay, wait. Give me 1 second. Okay,
You're back.
you can hear me fine, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yep.
Now we
Okay,
can
what I
hear
was
you
trying to
fine.
okay, what I was trying to say that if Zebek has the demon ghost fruit, and again I explained the logic in that video, the Jolly Roger, so much how do you say other clues to this. But if he possessed Blackbeard, or he has one of he's not fully Blackbeard, but he's possessed Blackbeard and he's a guiding force.
Uh-huh.
And then whenever we don't see that fight happening, when Blackbeard there's a scene when Blackbeard defeats Ace, Blackbeard defeats Law, you know, those moments are not Blackbeard.
Oh yeah. I think I know what he's trying to
So
say.
which moments are Blackbeard?
He
I think the
Blackbeard
moments that we see him fight is like Blackbeard, and then I think he switches to Xebec when we don't see him, like when he uses his off-screen.
Oh, is that why every single
Uh,
Blackbeard fight at the end needs to be off screen?
exactly.
basically
I think
that's my theory. That's
that,
my
that's
theory. I
actually
genuinely
a
believe,
pretty good theory.
yeah, and
Oh, is
and
that
it
why
does.
is that why when he attacked Amazon Lily, bro shit his pants against
Against
a
Alien.
baby Mihawk and the Meta Meta no Mi because he was like, "Oh shit, Zebek can't come out right now. I'm cooked."
Yeah. Chat. What do you guys think? What do you guys think about the Blackbeard theory, where we know that's proven now he's the son of Zebek, but I was saying this for a long time that he was the son of Zebek, but it doesn't just stop there. Zebek is actually possessing Blackbeard. And you know what's funny? I was saying this like 2 years ago, and then suddenly Emu shows a possession ability. Emu's possessing Gunko. That was like it blew my mind when that happened. I'm like, yo, this might actually be the case. And then we got Brook. Brook Soul no Mi. He's still alive after his death. So the concept of this is how I understand it. When a devil fruit dies, when the user dies, the devil fruit reincarnates into another fruit. But what if, and if it's a zoan fruit, what if you're so close to the zoan, the user find a way to latch onto the fruit itself. But instead of going back and reincarnating into a devil fruit, they kind of like push the course and move into another vessel altogether. Because remember, if let's say for instance Luffy dies, the Nika fruit will reincarnate into another fruit. That's what we know about devil fruits. But what if, like Zebek in his fruit, he was able to interact with his devil, and literally after his death, maneuvered it to go to his son. That's my understanding. And if
It
that
could be
happened,
like
that'd be
a
true, man.
it could be like a Cavendish thing also. Like when Cavendish sleeps, right? The other guy comes out.
Yeah. So
Hakuba, something
once
like
so once the
that. Yeah.
possession happened, and I'm just summing up the video, which if you guys haven't watched it, but once the possession happens, Blackbeard as a young kid was going through like constant like weirdness. Like I got voices in my head. He's a bit like sad and depressed. He feels like he's crazy. He feels like an outcast, very lonely. And then the voices kept telling him the direction to move towards. And eventually he came to terms with that he's the son of Zebek, and that's Zebek. Then he saw Whitebeard, and then slowly Zebek and Blackbeard made a plan. But again, Blackbeard is the driving force. Zebek is just a whisper. Yeah. However, we get
No,
moments where Zebek comes into play. That's what I'm trying to say. When
is
Luffy
that
interacts
is
with
that
it,
is that
yeah.
why Blackbeard isn't after Emu? Because with this new chapter, like Zebek knows the truth of the world. Zebek is fighting against Emu and the world government's control of the world. It's completely clear that one of Zebek's enemies for his dream is Emu. So by Zebek getting into Blackbeard, the only hurdle for this theory would be that why hasn't Blackbeard, with Zebek's will inside of him, his soul inside of him, going against Emu this whole time?
Okay, let me address that. Yeah, actually, what you're posing here is really good questions, which I want to address. So, firstly, we don't know that Blackbeard is not going against Emu. We don't know that. All we know is that Blackbeard has a big, giant, crazy plan. Like, why did he go after? Why did he want recognition? Why did he want to break into?
Well, if you look at just his action, right?
Yeah, it's
Like
exactly the same as Rocks.
Zebek, Zebek, um, he's against Emu, the world government system, everything, right? But then
Yeah.
Blackbeard and his crew, when they found the one force in the world that is actually fighting against the world government directly, the Revolutionary Army, their base, instantly like just destroyed the Baltigo
Okay,
as
let me
soon as they
explain.
were
Let me
there.
explain. No, let me explain. Firstly, let's read the chapter and you'll understand that. Hopefully, we'll break it down because I'm going in blind. But I
Yeah.
heard, I saw a bit of leaks here and there. But my understanding about rocks, and that's what I theorized, was that his fight against Emu isn't just to topple Emu and the corrupt system that he has, is to usurp him. He wants to be like, yo, you're a king, nah, fam. I'm gonna usurp you. I'm gonna be the king of the world. Yeah, that's his
Mhm.
idea. He wants to change the world altogether, and he thinks he's the best fit. Now, with that same logic, Blackbeard is the same. What did Rocks do? Rocks straight away start gathering crazy members, like the strongest people around. Right? That's his
Yeah.
goal. He got Whitebeard, he got freaking Shiki, he wanted to get Harold, and then he basically made Pirate Island, and then you
Mm-hmm.
got such a strong crew. What was the purpose of that? Yeah, it wasn't to, let me get this crew member so I can control them.
He
It was to
wanted to
basically,
usurp the world
yeah,
government's hold in the
exactly,
world
yeah,
using the pirate way.
exactly,
using
and that's what
using
Blackbeard's
his
doing.
because when you look at full elite and how it functions, right, it is a free paradise, just like how Emu and the world government are on one side of the extreme. You have full elite with the other side of the extreme, because anything is allowed in full. It's complete freedom, right?
Yeah.
That's one of the
So it's
main
liberation. Yeah,
mantras
it's
of
pure
full elite.
liberation per se. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's a complete opposite to Emu, and Emu's oppression is complete
yeah,
liberation, which can obviously it basically becomes a bit, what's the word I'm looking for? Crazy outlawish. But my point I'm
yeah.
trying to give is this,
Well,
yeah.
how are people, if the world does become like that? How are people like those old folks in Kuma's island, the Sorbet kingdom, that Kuma was taking away their pain? How are those guys supposed to survive in a world like that, right? If it's just complete liberation,
Plus,
like
look,
what
pirates.
Rocks wanted.
It's like this. This is how I see it. In the world where pirates exist and there is literally no laws, people will protect. There will be good people out there, and they're gonna protect. Like Whitebeard. Whitebeard is a pirate, and he chose to protect and give this island his name. Fishman Island is under my protection. No one can touch Fishman Island, right? So in those ways, in the end of the day, unfortunately, the ones who's powerful, yeah, the powerhouses, they'll make the rules and they'll dictate the. But that's still better than, I think that's still better than the current system,
So
because the
you
current
start
system,
moving. So in a
yeah.
system like that, you slowly start moving toward a system like Emu, and in a system like Emu, you slowly start moving towards the other end of this extreme. It's like this, in One Piece, there's one world, and then it flips to
No, because
another
it pushes
world.
people. No, that's not true. Because it pushes people, the weak people of the world, to fight for themselves, and that's what the Revolutionary Army is about. It's about the weak people who's being oppressed. Stand up for yourself and fight. Because in the end of the day, the strong will always rule. They either rule by
Yeah,
force or they rule by manipulation. There's hard power and there's soft power. And in the end of the day, yeah, what I'm trying to say is that you got Emu. Emu's working right now with soft power. Yeah, and then you got the pirates, which is hard power, which they're going straight for the using brute strength. But now the point I'm trying to make is this: yeah, Blackbeard and even Rocks, they just straight out trying to usurp the current system, and then with that, it opens the door of the good people to come in the end of the day. Because without a system, first you have to destroy the system to
you
build the
you can't
system.
have a system like what Blackbeard's full elite island by it becoming a nation. You can't have a system like that where anything goes, and you can't just expect and hope for, oh, there'll be someone's gonna protect the weak. You can't just expect and hope for that. That a figure like
But that's
Kobe
not the
will
point, though.
rise
That's not
up.
the point of. And that's what you have to understand. Blackbeard and even Rocks are not heroes. They're
Yeah, yeah,
not
yeah. That's what I'm
heroes.
trying to say.
Yeah. But they're still better than Emu. Emu is a
No,
demon, and Blackbeard, you can say he's a demon too because of his actions. But in the end of the day, they're kind of like a neutral force because they're not trying to. I don't think they're trying to enforce their laws on anyone else. They're trying to be free and achieve what they want. Yeah, and without governing like other nations and controlling them. Whereas Emu wants
Technically,
to be
Luffy
above.
isn't a hero as
Yeah,
well.
yeah, yeah. Luffy says he's not a
That
hero, but
logic, yeah.
yeah, I don't know about that. But
It's okay.
yeah,
Let's start the chapter. I
yeah. Let's
think
start the
everyone's
chapter.
waiting.
Oh, we have
Um,
Kabuto. We have Kabuto. He donated $5. He asked a question. So not a question, a statement. So if Buggy and Blackbeard are Xebec's kids, that means Luffy is his nephew.
Explain that to me, Kabuto. Explain
eh,
that.
How does that?
Break
How
that
does that
down.
work?
can you spend
Break
another
that
five
down.
dollars and just explain it, please?
Yeah. Explain that. Really break that down for us. All right, let's start the chapter, man. Go on.
Okay. Uh, are you gonna read it?
Yeah. Wait, I'm trying to put. Trust me, my PC right now is all over the place. I don't even got the chat opened up. Sorry, chat, if I'm not reading your messages. I can't see anything right now. Give me 1 minute. Boom. Okay, I'm setting
I can
everything
read
up
it with
now.
my Indian accent.
Okay. Okay, now I got it. Now, wait a
Okay, please
minute.
start.
Wait a minute. Okay, I got the chapter up. All right, we start the chapter following from the last chapter where Loki stumbled upon the Rock's pirates. And he's explaining to them, this is Albath, but Pops ain't here. He's on a voyage. And then I think it's Zebek speaking, saying, or is it Whitebeard? He said, you're all puny humans. This is the first time I've ever seen one moving around for real. Oh no, that's Loki to them. Oh, how cute. I think that's Lucy or Miss Buckingham. Hang on, did you just say Pops? You're Harold's kid? And then the vet looks crazy. I really feel like he's Buggy, like related to Buggy, man. He looks like him in
Oh, you'll
like
see.
his
You'll see.
demeanor.
You'll see. He is
I'm
definitely
guessing he
related to
can
Buggy somehow.
yeah.
Somehow.
Yeah, I'm guessing he can still be reached even if he's away, right? What's your name? Loki. All right, Loki. Just
He even
do what
talks
I tell you.
like, "What's your name?" Like that proper
Yeah, he's a proper pirate.
Yeah.
Head on home and get someone to send urgent word to your pops. Tell him to say, Loki has been seriously hurt. You gotta return to Albath at once. Watch your mouth! Do I look like I take orders from human? Oh, Loki's having a mad one, bro. Loki's gone crazy. He looks like a demon. You seriously expect my father to drop everything just because I'm hurt? Yeah, right. Besides, someone as weak looking as you has no right to boss me around. You see,
Oh
Loki
shit.
has such a complex character here. He thinks he has no self worth because obviously his mom never hugged him, didn't give a shit about him.
This is a defense mechanism. Remember, last chapter, the entire thing was the reason he even like dropped down was he realized that like strength isn't everything. He is stronger than everyone, but that strength hasn't bought him anything. Like all he wanted was connection with other people, and through his strength, the only thing that he has of his own that hasn't gotten him anything. So in a
Ah.
way, it proved that he was wrong to think that strength was everything, and he dropped down. He said, "I'm gonna kill myself."
No, that's true, man. It's very complex, but you have to also understand when his father came back last chapter to see him, he became shut off, and you couldn't relate to his father because during the hard moment of his life, the first year,
For like 2 weeks,
yeah,
bro showed up in Elbaf for 2 weeks and then dipped again. What father? He was like an infant.
exactly, exactly. Hey, shout out to chat, man. King Homeboy, shout out to you, man. But yeah, what I'm trying to say is that right now he doesn't have that relationship, and that's why he's saying my father wouldn't care about me. He doesn't give a shit. I'm hurt, and because of that, his insecurities, he's letting it out, saying, "And you're weak, so why even bringing this shit up?" So him and Loki and Xebec, yeah, they're going to some next level clash. Rock's swordsmanship was renowned for its brutal impact, akin to a giant's
Yo,
hammer
that's a
or
Mihawk victim
gunfire.
right there.
Ayo,
He has
bro.
a sword. That means Mihawk upscale. Mihawk is stronger than Xebec. And Xebec beat an admiral. That
Damn.
means Mihawk can beat an admiral.
That's crazy. I think you're right. Miyogi became it was said to blow everything in the surrounding vicinity away. Hey, wait. Yeah, all jokes aside, though, Shanks must have been stronger than Mihawk in swordsmanship. Not swordsmanship per se, but like stronger than Mihawk.
I think if you consider Haki and swordsmanship together, I
Yeah.
think Shanks was stronger. But then if it's just pure swordsmanship, I
What's
think
Mihawk's
Mihawk is.
title? What's Mihawk's title?
Yeah,
He's
The
he's
like
strongest
strongest
confused.
swordsman, not the
swordsman.
strongest person.
And
There's a difference.
what's this guy Shank's title? Like even
What does
like these
Shanks hold in his hand, Yusuf? What does Shanks hold in his hand?
Fine. So Mihawk, you're freaking upscared as Zebek, alright. Oh my
which
god,
hand are
bro,
you
this
talking
is
about?
look at this fight, yeah. My guy has no chill. Zebek just try he goes all out against the baby,
One
man.
shot.
Well,
Zebek,
to us, we're like, oh yeah, that's Loki's like hurt, like he's a baby, but to them, it's a giant ass kid who wants to fight you. And look how big
nah,
he is.
Zebek
If you
literally
don't
wanted to
defend
calm him.
yourself, come on, Loki could fuck
Look
you
what he
up.
says here. Look what Loki says. Wah! There we have it. Loki has been seriously hurt. These jokes, man. Harold's path crossed with this madman once
He didn't
before.
take it seriously. He didn't take the Rocks wasn't taking this seriously.
No, man. Nah, I think he's sick. I love Zebek's character
Bro,
so
if
far.
Xebec won, bro sliced a mountain in half. He could have sliced Loki in half if he was taking it seriously. That's why he laughed like Loki has been seriously injured. He understands it's a little kid.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. All right. So basically, it happened during the reverie that year. Someone attacked and kidnapped 5 of the kings. Unbelievable. That big man in the black has to be the culprit. The lives of those sovereigns cannot be used to extort Imu. No kidding. But it threw the Holy Land into total chaos, didn't it?
Bro,
The incident. Oh,
man,
he's
this
so
man
sick.
came in.
I swear to God, yeah, Wallahi, I swear to God, yeah. Before this even happened, I was calling out. This guy must have met Emu. He freaking saw Emu. He freaking knows about Emu, and that was the whole mission is to usurp the actual, the hidden king behind it all. This is mad,
Bro
man.
showed
I
up
love
like
that it's coming.
Stark in Bleach during fake Karakura Town arc.
Ah, hey, see, look at this, yeah. My guy got a gun here, yeah. But look above this, yeah. Look above this,
Yeah.
he got a gun, but he's a swordsman. Where's the sword? He could have, and Emu's not dead here, so Emu must have the power to like freaking like make the bullets and the sword like into nothing. You couldn't kill Emu here.
No,
Emu must
I
have
don't
been
think
really
he
strong,
killed Emu here. Emu has way too many special powers and secrets for him to just die.
bro. It looks like
So
he did
long.
not. He just was
And
chilling.
and also like if you see right, Emu is actually respecting the five kings, like the lives of those sovereigns. Like could have just said like okay, like screw those guys, but he's like the
Well,
lives of those sovereigns cannot be.
what else
I
is he
was
supposed to
expecting
call
Emu to
them?
be.
Lives
I
of
think like
those bums.
he just be like yeah those losers like yeah you can't do shit to me, but he's like yeah those sovereigns those kings. I'd expect
That's
Emu
their
to be more
titles, though. So
true.
I think he's
Like
just
he
trying to.
could have been more
Yeah,
rude. I think
I generally don't think it's a respect thing. I think it's just like, oh, those are kings, and those
he's just
kings are
calling
nothing.
okay
Yeah,
yeah,
probably
like those are kings, yet they mean nothing to me. Like
nothing
to
to
my
him. Yeah.
control. Those
exactly.
islands mean nothing to me. Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, he's just sitting down. Oh, who is that? Is that Gunko?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
I thought it
Gunko.
was Mother
Look at
Carmel for
the
a second.
eyes.
With the
That's Gunko.
eyes. Yeah.
Nah, it can't be Gunko.
No, look at the eyes and the
The
mask. That's
eyes.
Gunko, bruh.
Yeah,
Look at
that's
the
Gunko.
hair.
I thought it was Mother Carmel for a bit, but it's
Nah, no, not Mother
Gunko.
Carmel. Let's
That's
think about this.
Gunko.
Yeah. Let's think about this. Let's think about this. How many years is this ago?
This is
This is
56 years ago.
Actually, it can be Gunko because Gunko knew Brooke, and when
Yeah,
she was a child, right? How many years
yeah.
ago was Brooke? Brooke is
That was
what?
over. That
70
has to have
to
been over
90.
70 years ago.
Yeah. So
Because
Like Gunko got
50 years
captured
back
70 years ago.
he died.
yeah. So it can be Gunko, and Gunko could basically have their mortality surgery. Oh, not mortality, has a power of Emu, right? Because Emu's another. By the way, guys, if you have a contract with Emu, our theory is that as a devil's contract, you get some of Emu's ability in essence. In turn, you get immortality. So, and Emu can snatch that away from you. It's basically sharing the power of what he or she has. So yeah. So yeah, it can be Gunko. An intruder made it all the way to the flower room, hidden deep within the holy land. The man claimed to be a Davy Jonesian pirate. Nani? What? He
That's a
knew there was
title
nothing
of a
more.
pirate? What does that mean?
Yeah,
What?
it's like a
Because
race.
I think it means exactly what me and you were just discussing, Yusuf. Of there's like the Joy Boy esque pirates like Luffy, right? And then you have the Davy Johnson esque pirates like Blackbeard, like Xebec. where they're in the complete
No,
extreme
so
end of the
basically there's
pirate.
factions. So so
Yeah.
basic factions where there's the emu
Like
faction,
these
which
are
is
the type of pirates that are like pirates that we think of as pirates. Like they're gonna go looting, they're gonna go search for treasure, things like that. I think that's what Davy Jones pirate means.
not 100%, because I think that's one way to look at it. But the way it's written, I hope this is not the case. But the way it's written, it seems like he's part of Davy Jones' crew. Yeah, they claim to be a Davy Jones Jones,
No,
but because it's a
that seems
Josian,
like you're from like a town, or like you're part of a culture or a people. He's like
yeah,
a
because it said Josian in
yeah
it. It's not Davy Jones.
yeah.
He's claimed to be part of Davy Jones' pirate. Yeah, you're right.
Because
Because
if he
when
was
you add
part of
Josian,
Davy Jones' crew, usually you say, "Oh, you're a Davy Jones, like a pirate." Jonesian means it's like a location, or like it's a culture.
Josian. Yeah, yeah. And basically he grew. Then that means he basically grew up in an environment where the pirate culture was alive. And if you go back to what we know about Davy Jones, we know that
Yeah.
firstly Fuller Ledia was the first island where Davy Jones the Davy back fights were happening and became very big there. It could be because of rocks, or it could be because of actually Davy Jones. And Davy Jones was a pirate. Like, it goes back to the, I don't know if you guys watch Pirates of the Caribbean. And they go over Davy Jones' locker, and he basically fell in love with the goddess of the sea, Calypso. And we know the goddess of the sea in the One Piece world is
The
is
sea god.
responsible for the devil fruits. We don't know. I don't know if it's Emu, but we know the goddess of the sea was angered, and therefore it cursed devil fruit users. So I'm not saying it's related. There's like a legend of Davy Jones and the relationship between why devil fruit users have these powers. Like, I don't know, but it could be. But yeah, okay. So he's a Davy Jonesian pirate. He knew nothing. He knew there was nothing more he could do at that moment. So he withdrew with these words: "Just wait one day. I'll be back.
Oh
I'll be
shit.
back." Oh man, he's like freaking Arnold
You know
Schwarzenegger.
why he couldn't do anything at this point? He had already killed an admiral to make it all the way in here. So I think Rox understood, like, I don't have enough power left to fight Emu, Gunko, the God's Knights at this point. He just wanted to see the truth of the world for himself, I think, at this moment.
Mhm.
That's why he
Yeah,
infiltrated.
I don't know. I don't know. I think he had a bit more power to
Because
go.
look, he had a plan. Look at what he says. He had a plan of, like, I'm gonna create chaos. That's why he kidnapped the kings. That's why he, like, messed with the admiral, just to see the truth of the world with his own eyes. That's what I think he wanted
Yeah,
to achieve here.
I think that's the case, but I think he also realized that Emu was on another level. Hey, shout out to Slim.
Exactly.
Shout
No,
out to Slim.
I think
He
if he
said,
was
yeah,
100%, I think if he was 100% had his like Rocks Pirates crew that he
he
would
would have
gain
gone
in
out.
the next 10 years, he would have gone up, because it's not just Emu he would have to fight. I think these two would be
The army.
like a pretty good matchup, but you have Gunko right there. You have the Gorosei at the same place. They could just pop out right now. You have all the Holy Knights. I think this is way too big of a deal.
I think there's also the case that I think one v one, he can gauge power. He knows how strong someone else
No,
is at this
I think
level.
Rock's 1v1's
Nah,
Emu.
you're
I don't
chatting
think he
shit, bro,
wins. I
man.
don't think he wins. Listen, I don't think he wins, but he can hold his own against Emu 1v1.
I don't know
What
about
how could he not? He's the strongest pirate ever. He just defeated an admiral and walked up to the flower room. Come on.
Emu is a deity, bro. These admirals are nothing, bro. I'm telling you. And shout out to chat. Yes, Slim God said,
How many
I think
admirals?
so,
How many admirals can
like,
Emu fight? How many
well, I
admirals
think they
can
had a
Emu
fight.
can
Personally, I
fight?
think they had a fight. Look what Slim God said, and I agree with this. Shout out to chat, yeah. I think the sword that Emu has is the Zebek sword, and if you go back all the way
No,
up, yeah,
that's not Xebec sword. That's Lily's sword.
it can't be, because you know why?
It has to be Lily's sword, because in the throne there are 19 swords. There are supposed to be 20, but the 20th sword is with Emu because Lily and the Alabasta Kingdom
I
didn't.
don't think he's talking about that sword.
I'm talking about the sword on the when it was stabbed on the
There
ground.
is a
Remember
like
in
a
the
saber,
Yeah, that's what I
like a
mean.
rapier, like which is at the back of when
no, yeah,
we
and
No,
it
see
looks
him in
exactly
that.
like the one that Zebek is
no,
using again.
It's a saber.
but then so Emu took the rapier back during God Valley, you think? So Rox took the sword 56 years ago, and then Emu and the Holy Knights took the sword back 38 years ago.
Actually, nah. I agree,
Is
man.
that what
Yeah,
you're saying?
Sid got a point. Sid got a point. No. You're right. Tell you why it can't be his sword in a second. But To me, it did feel like it was a sword because when you look at the scene,
Yeah.
Imu's just chilling with the freaking butterflies. The
Yeah.
Gunko is just bowing down like there's nothing, and there's no sword here at this point. But we know there's a sword that was poked into the ground, or at least Imu had it at that point of time. That's why I felt like it could be his sword. But now I look back at it, it can't be his sword because later,
It's like what, chapter 907? Oh,
yeah,
908?
can't be a sword. And I'll get to why in a second. I'm just scrolling through the chat, and we can see that once he fights Harold, he brings out his sword. So my guy actually takes the sword with him. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It
it's not a
could
sword.
be, you know, it is possible that Rox took that sword from Emu, because I really think the sword we saw in chapter 908 next to Emu in the flower room, that
Yeah.
sword, because look at this panel. Yeah, wait, let me share my screen on Discord real quick. Oh, I can't share my screen because Suraj is sharing
Right.
screen. Look at the stream. Look at the stream,
Oh.
Yusuf. Or go on
Yeah.
chapter 908, like the page
Okay.
14, 15. Look at the way that scene is framed. It's exactly like it's carbon copy of the
Yeah.
scene we see.
Yeah, that's
Like
what I
in
was
this
saying.
chapter,
That's why
right?
I felt like
But
it was the
then,
sword.
in this scene, we see a sword, which I assumed, and I think a lot of the community did assume that.
It was
I
Lily's.
still think that's Lily's sword because there's only 19 swords in the throne, and this is the 20th sword. But I think Rox 56 years ago, it's a possibility that Rox took this sword from the flower room, and that was his like an parting gift to Emo. I'll take your sword with me. I can't defeat you right now, but I'll take the sword. And then 38 years ago, the Gods Knights and Emu, after God Valley, they took the sword back again.
Ah, I see what you mean.
What do you
So
think?
you're saying that
Because
he
this whole
invaded.
the reverie happens before he meets Loki and before he comes to Elba, because it
Yeah.
happened
So
during the
so
reverie
so
that
56 years
so it
ago,
could be right. Yeah.
this meeting with Emo happens 56 years ago, and then meeting with Loki happens 48 years ago.
Okay, so just to summarize what you're saying is, okay, so it can be
Yeah.
Loki's sword, and which I did think is Loki's sword because it looks like it. Not Loki, sorry, Rocks. But
Yeah.
he takes it, and after God Valley, and we know God Valley,
Yeah.
the God's Knights were there. They killed, once he was dead, his body's dead. I still think his spirit's alive. Once his body was dead, they took the sword from his dead body and gave it to Emu. Because remember, he literally challenged Emu. Yeah, so they
Yeah.
gave it as a what's it called again? As a look, this prick, we gifted it to Emu, and Emu basically it will
He took his
return
sword.
back to Emu per se. I don't know. I don't know if it is Lily's sword. Either way, it still can be Xebec's sword, 100%. You know.
Yeah.
All right, let's continue.
What if
Be
this
Emu's
sword
sword.
was the treasure of Holy,
I'd stop, man.
and the Holy Knights got it back?
100% stop.
Really? You don't even want to entertain that?
Nah,
Wow. Bro really thinks it's his sister.
That's the theory.
I think it's a treasure or it's his sister. Yeah, I'm not saying it's not the sword. I'm not saying it's not a physical item. I just don't think it's the sword. You understand?
Yeah.
It could be a devil fruit. It could be a certain a god fruit. God knows. Yeah. I don't know. It could be a history book. It could be a poneglyph. It could be a freaking
Oh, it's the Book of Revelations that
yeah. It could be a
Dragon is
book.
supposed to have.
Yeah. I think I want it to be his sister, but
But
who knows?
man, look at how this is framed, yeah. Look at how this is framed. You switch back between the two panels. I'm switching back on stream, like the chapter 908, and then this chapter is like the sword is missing, and it feels like the centerpiece of this panel. Like
100%.
Oda is
Oh,
trying to show
yeah.
that where's the sword? I showed you a similar panel in 908, but I had the sword, but there's no sword here.
You know what? Yeah. Now
I mean,
I'm really
Rocks could
confident.
be covering it. Rocks could be covering it because it's Emu's back.
No, it
to
can't.
him.
Look at the side, the distance. Look at the trees and look at the distance.
Yeah.
If you calculate the mural,
Yeah.
you know in the second panel, it should be exactly where Emu's standing. But we know it's not. Can I say something? We know it's not implanted into the ground and stuck because it's literally stabbing a portrait of Shirahoshi. I'm sorry, of Mivi, right?
I
So
think
it
that
was
was a
picked up.
knife. No.
Now go back to the
Oh, it is.
sword.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is.
So my
Look at
guy
that.
Emu picked it up and stabbed the ground. So it's not like it's stationed into the floor of the garden room,
Move it
the flower room. Yeah. So that's either way is the back sword. Let's continue. So chat,
Yeah.
a shout out to shout out to Ridge Vincent. What's up, man? Yeah, guys. I'm telling you, One Piece is so hype right now. So I'm rushing through this 100 miles per hour. But this can take at least like an hour to decipher what's going on here, and we can discuss
Bro,
every
for
panel.
tomorrow, this is why I
Yeah.
think this chapter review is 30 minutes because just to explain the sword thing, I think the possibilities just for the sword thing, it's gonna be over. Like it could be 1,000 words because it's such a big thing that sword. Because it's Lily's sword. I really think that's Lily's sword that we saw in 908.
So you think Xebec is running around with Lily's sword? He picked it up,
Yeah,
and
I think that for now. Maybe
I
it'll
like that.
change as I do my research until tomorrow,
No,
but
I
So
like that. I like
what was Zebeg using before that? Then it's just a pistol, like Ben Beckman. I think there'll
yeah,
be
it
more to
could
that.
be or another sword. Or he broke his sword during his fight with the admiral, and he needed a
and
new
then
sword. And he's like,
Oh,
"Yo,
okay.
Emu, I see you got a nice sword. Let me
I
grab
just
it."
hear sword. Yeah.
Bro,
I
that
don't know,
that
man.
feels like that feels like a Blackbeard type pirate thing to do. Like,
The reason why
right?
I don't buy that is because I genuinely believe my guy he's a mad hockey wielder, and if you know anything from the upscaled
Oh
Mihawk,
my
you know
god.
you know you can't check even
Oh.
the inch of a sword. If you are a swordsman and you imbue it correctly with a freaking hockey, the weakest sword, yeah, will be unbreakable. And you're telling me, yeah, my guy lost his
Then
sword
why
and
is the black blade glazed like it's the second coming of Jesus in the
No,
in
but
the
you're
manga?
putting the admiral down so hard. Like it's an admiral at the end, right? Like it would have been a tough fight, even though
I
he
do
looks pretty
think it would have
unfazed
been a
here.
tough fight.
He looks pretty unfazed here, but I'm pretty sure like okay, he's not completely just a swordsman. Like you've seen him cut a
he
mountain
wiped
like
the admiral with his
easily.
with one hand. Let's be real here, man. And I'll tell you why I'm gonna back that because after
You
this,
really did, and you're telling me that this dude wiped an admiral with one hand with that same
Nah,
mouth?
nah.
You're gonna tell me
He's just
that
shitting on
Emu
the
would have
admirals,
one
man.
tapped him? You know how
let me
crazy of a
explain. This
feat
is
that
my
is.
level. This is my
Oh,
tier. Yeah, this is the way I gauge how strong these guys are. And chat, tell me if
okay,
I'm wrong. Yeah.
okay.
So obviously you got vice admirals, and then they're supposed to be much weaker than admirals. But obviously we have
There's a
exceptions like Gar.
spectrum for the vice admirals, though.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
can't.
we have
Yeah,
someone like Garp. Let's
Yeah.
talk about Doberman.
yeah,
Someone like Doberman, yeah. And then you got someone like Akainu. There's a huge gap between these guys. Then
yeah.
amongst the admirals, you got like they're all like crazy strong. But I would consider them like how would you put it? You know the Revolutionary Army. Their generals are like admiral level, in my opinion.
Yeah,
Yeah, maybe just a bit weaker than admiral, but they're
yeah.
like admiral level.
I
Now,
think they're below admiral, but above all the vice admirals except Garp.
yeah, 100%,
That's what I think.
100%. And then now we go to the Gorosei. And the Gorosei, yeah, hands down, I believe they're much stronger than the Admiral. And I'll tell you why. Okay, Kizaru might be
I
thing
think the
about.
reason for
Yeah.
Gorosei to be stronger than
It's because
admirals
of the
is because Emu's
immortality.
immortality. They're immortality
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's why.
merchants.
That's what they are in it. You have to put Imu's power into consideration. So now we got Gorosei. Gorosei is stronger than Admiral. And I'm not trying to say this is a proof to the pudding, but Kizaru wasn't trying. Whatever the reason was, he got clapped. Kizaru's out of the
Yeah, if you
picture.
watch the anime, it makes it more clear that Kizaru's heart was just not in the
Not
fight.
in it.
He was
Hmm.
just messing around. Like
But
his
I
target
could
was
clearly tell.
Vegapunk. If I this is what I believe, right? Kizaru is the epitome of like you know how there are people who work for a company like a big corporation and they only
Yeah,
do what they are told
that's
and
why he's
and
lazy.
Kizaru
Lazy.
is yeah it's lazy justice. He will only focus his energy on something that he's told that he needs to do, and Kizaru was not told to defeat Straw Hat Luffy. Kizaru's
Yeah.
order
He wanted
was
only
to
Vegapunk.
Yeah.
kill Vegapunk, and Luffy was just an obstacle to achieve that. That's why his entire fight, the manga doesn't make this as clear, but if you watch Kizaru versus Luffy in the anime, the entire fight, while Luffy is trying to defeat Kizaru's entire goal is to try and figure out
Yeah,
a way to kill
To
Vegapunk.
kill
That's why
Vegapunk.
anytime
Yeah.
he gets a chance, like a free chance of he
I,
gets
I agree.
Luffy out of the way, instead of
But
going and like stomping
I
on
agree.
Luffy, he shoots
I,
lasers at Vegapunk. Every
regardless,
chance he
I think
gets.
like even if Kizaru was like 100% in the fight, right, I don't think he beats Luffy there. I'm not gonna lie. Like if
Yeah,
he's
that's what
like
I second that as
100%
well.
into
So
the
I
fight,
agree with Sid. He wasn't in the fight. He was being very
yeah, yeah.
lazy in his justice because
Yeah.
his heart obviously is conflicted, right? But at the same
Mhm.
time, if you did fight Luffy 1-on-1, I don't think he can beat him at this point. I know
Yeah.
he can't beat him at this point.
Yeah.
And Admirals, yeah, compared to Gorosei, I think every single Gorosei individually are like 1.5 times an Admiral. Yeah, just
Maybe
and I would say
more,
twice,
maybe even
maybe
more,
twice,
maybe even more.
maybe 2 times an
Because
admiral.
remember, Luffy didn't do shit to the admiral. I mean, to the Gorosei. Like he couldn't do anything without help.
No,
Dude,
okay,
but
so
but
let's
And
say
that's just because of the
let's say 2 times.
immortality. He didn't
No, but
know
that
the
counts.
advanced
No.
haki.
It still can't. It still counts though.
it
It
still
still counts
counts.
because
Yeah,
you
he
can't
doesn't
just say
even know
because
it's
of
wrong.
Bro,
context.
they're just getting juiced by Emu. Come on,
It
man.
don't matter. It counts. While they have that power,
It's
that contract matters, man. You can't just
it's
So
like
the
you're
saying
telling
devil.
me,
It's
you're
like,
telling me,
Luffy's
you're
it's like,
telling me we're in the final war, yeah? We're in the final war, and then Luffy does his sharing of the Nika power to Zoro Sanji to defeat the Gorosei, Emu's goons, right? The Holy Knights. And are we gonna start scaling every single one of those characters
yeah,
with
you do. I tell you
with
why. I tell you why.
Luffy's white hockey?
No, I'll tell you why you scale it, because if you think about it, devil fruits works in the same way.
yeah.
It's a
I
contract.
was
When you
about
eat
to
a
say
devil
that.
fruit,
Yeah,
yeah, when you
Oh
eat a devil
no,
fruit,
shot!
no,
So
let me finish. Let me
Zoro's
finish.
gonna become the strongest swordsman because Luffy helped him
Look,
with
when you
his
eat a
Nika
devil fruit,
powers.
you're making a contract with the fruit devil, yeah, inside inside the fruit, and you're sharing the devil is using your body as a host, and you are gaining the power of the devil. When you make a contract with Emu, you're technically gaining Emu's essence, but you have to follow Emu's order. It's a contract, right? And at the end of the day, it's still your power because that's the exchange you gained.
So
I'm not saying, yeah,
if you lose to the Gorosei, you're not losing to the Gorosei, you're losing to the Emu.
that's silly. You're losing to the Gorosei.
I think.
I don't
See.
think
No, no,
that.
no.
The thing is,
This is what I'm trying to
if
say.
Emu's
Yeah,
if
in my
Emu's
head,
power is not
Let me
there.
explain, Yusuf. Let me explain. Okay. So this mouse, yeah. So this mouse is fighting my phone, and then I give this mouse my powers, my human powers, and I help it punch this phone because this mouse would lose to this phone, right? Otherwise, I help the mouse win, and then now the mouse is stronger because of
Oh
my
man,
power. So when
man.
we scale the mouse, do we say the mouse is stronger than the phone
No, that's a bad
because
analogy.
I help the mouse win?
Guys, chat, tell Sid,
Come
man.
on,
He's
man.
just
Come on.
he's stupid,
The
man.
You
same thing
can't.
can be said about
Nah,
devil fruits
nah.
also. So Luffy is not strong then. Then it's just Nika's power. Like with that logic.
Yeah, that's not exactly. So Raj, right?
No,
Look, think
no, no,
about
no,
this.
no, no, no. Yeah, yeah,
No, because
explain.
you're getting one thing wrong. Emu doesn't control these Goroseis like as a puppet. Yeah,
Yeah,
Emu
but
just
they're borrowing his power. The immortality is the reason Luffy wasn't able to
you're not
defeat them. He was
understanding
doing
my
so
point.
much damage to them.
No, you're not understanding my point. The thing is, they have a contract and they got new powers because of this contract. Every devil fruit user have the same contract with their devil that's inside of them. Nika's giving Luffy Gear 5 powers. Nika is fueling his powers to freaking stretch and become crazy strong, right? And
And the
do
same thing can be said
give
about
up.
the God's Knights as
Yeah,
well. So it means the God's Knights are not strong then. Because
Yeah,
Dude,
they
what kind
have
of logic are you
limited.
using,
the
bro?
immortality isn't their power though. Immortality is Emu's power, and Emu is giving them the immortality power. That's why Luffy wasn't able to defeat the Gorosei. The amount of damage Luffy was doing to the Gorosei, and they just healed it up. Right?
No, I
Without
get, no,
Emu's
I get.
immortality, just by Gorosei having their fruit abilities, and then the immortality power now after Elbaf, when Luffy learns Advanced Conqueror's Haki, God
Yeah,
Haki,
yeah.
completely nullified, completely changes the
So,
game now
what's your point?
because they can't get help from Emu's Devil Fruit power. Completely changes the game. So you have to rank them
You're
differently.
missing. That's not how it works. That's not how it works. I'll tell you why. Because
It's
I'm not
kind of like
denouncing.
in
Yeah.
games, right? So in certain like RPGs and stuff, the way you lock out players from fighting like a boss is because you just can't get through one of their shields. You
So
like
let me explain
let's say
something. If
they have
someone
gray health.
manages, look
Like
in your
the
logic, if,
Gorosei, the only reason they're stronger than Luffy right now are because they have gray
no, by your
health
logic,
given to them
by your
by
logic,
like
you'd be like
Emu.
saying no, by your logic, you'll be like saying
Health.
all of these devil fruit users, if you cut out if you nullify their powers, Blackbeard touches them and beats them up here, is basically the cheating because they're using devil fruit powers. It's not their power, it's the devil fruit power. What kind of that, man?
Yeah,
Bruh,
Black,
exactly.
you guys are
Blackbeard is
trolling with this take. Like
Blackbeard is using a
in the final war, so I'm gonna hold you to this, Yusuf. After the final war happens, you have to scale every single Straw Hat according to any
It's like
time you bring them up. I'm gonna say, oh, Usopp, and Chopper and Nami. They're stronger than every other character in One Piece. They're top 10 in the verse because they used Luffy's power.
Yeah, so
bro, it's like saying
You
like
really
Zoro
think
is
that?
using
You
a
really
sword.
think that's how
Zoro's using
we're
a
gonna
sword. If you
scale
remove Zoro's
after
sword out,
Luffy
right?
gives the Straw Hats Nika powers?
I
If you
tell you
remove
why.
Zoro's sword, he's not a swordsman anymore.
Bruh,
It's saying
that
like that.
is
No,
so
Suraj
dumb.
understands. He
No
understands.
way
Suraj
you guys are
understands.
saying
He's not
that.
understanding.
And
No, I
it's
tell you
the
why.
same equivalent
No, I
to
tell
the
you why it's not the same
Gorosei.
equivalent. I tell you why it's not the same equivalence because not a temporal gift. It's a contractual gift. You keep convoluting the two. You're thinking that this is like Naruto. Yeah, Naruto's giving the chakra to these guys, and suddenly these guys, yeah, have
But
chakra
Emu is
temporarily.
giving them his
No,
chakra, his
no,
devil fruit
no.
powers, his
I said
immortality is given beholden to them by Emu.
okay.
Wait,
Now
let's do a poll.
let me
Like
explain the
chat is
difference.
right. Let's do a poll.
Okay, but let me let me
Yeah.
explain a little bit. The difference is that you know when
Yeah, make
Emu
a poll, make a
resurrected.
poll.
Okay, make a poll, but let me just explain
Hey,
this. Yeah.
Anime Balls Deep is in chat, and Anime Balls Deep said right. Yusuf trolling.
No. I'm on chat right now. Saying no. Yusuf is right. There you go. What's your point? Look, what kind of argument is that? Let me just make a point. Let me make a point quickly. My argument is this. My argument is this.
Yo, make a poll. Anime Balls Deep, make a poll.
When Emu revived Dory and Broggy and they made them in
Yeah.
demons, then you got the point. Then you're right. Then you're right because that is a direct ability of Emu. Yeah, not a contractual contract
I
equal
don't
contract.
think the Emu power is a permanent thing though. Like if Emu dies, if something happens to Emu, that immortality power is gone. Just like it's still a temporary power because it's being given
This I can
by
agree with
Emu.
Sid. Yeah, if
No,
you
You know,
consider it to
it's
be
still a
temporary, I
temporary
can
power.
agree.
You
no,
can say it's a
I get that
contract. You
logic.
can say all this. It's still a
No,
temporary
but
power.
the way I understand it is this. The way I understand it is this. Is a tool being used by these people, by the Godosei, and the tool they're using it willingly to their own agency. Just because Emu gave them ability at that point in time to use, I'm not saying it can't be taken away. It can, we know it can. Like Saturn's immortality got snapped away like that. But at that point, when it's given to them, they use it freely. Hence, it's their power to use. Now, when I said when they beat someone using that power, they still use it and they can beat it's like a devil fruit power. If you say I have the power to nullify someone's devil fruit, suddenly the person doesn't have devil fruit power. He has to rely on his haki. Does that mean that the person who has who just lost because the devil fruit power got wiped away, he's weak and he's trash? Yeah, because do you get my point? It's
Devil fruit
about
power is
agency.
but
Yeah,
the
it's
devil
about
fruit power is
agency.
permanent. What Sid is saying is that's temporary. A devil fruit power would be considered more
No,
permanent.
it is not temporary. I'm trying to say it's permanent as long as there's a root. The root is
See, I have
Emu.
mixed feelings.
Dude,
Can we add a
after this
third
arc,
poll?
Let me give you an
I
example.
made a
If
poll.
Goku-
Yeah,
Mixed
I made a
feelings.
poll. Bro, look at the poll. Look at the poll. 70%. Oh, okay. It's going down. Yo, Yusuf's winning. Chat, vote.
No,
It's
let
not
me
their
explain.
power. They're saying it's
Let me
not their
explain.
power,
No.
Yusuf. It's not their
Let me
power.
at least let me explain my logic first, and then you can make your argument because I think you're not
Yeah.
understanding my point.
Okay.
See, at the end
I'm
of the day,
thinking-
right? It's very simple. It's a weapon they are using. If we take that away from him, then they don't have a weapon. Every single person uses a weapon. A devil fruit is considered to be a weapon. So I feel it scales them higher.
No, but it becomes part of them. There's a difference. There's a
Oh,
difference.
let me
When you
I-
eat a devil
let me
fruit, it
break this
becomes
down.
part
I
of you.
think
That is
I know
your
why you're confused.
power. Or
I
when,
know
when
why you're
Emu
confused.
gives you power, you're borrowing that power from Emu. There's a
No, I know.
difference.
You know,
I
Sid might be right.
know why you're
I'm not gonna
confused.
lie.
No, I know why you're confused. I know why you're confused. Let
I'm
me
not
explain.
confused. You're the one confused.
I'm
Bro,
confused.
if you don't listen to my logic, then how are you gonna understand my point? If you don't,
No,
if you don't
I
listen,
understand your logic, and I think your logic is wrong.
let me explain. Let me do because the best way to do this is to do comparison. Look at devil fruits. Let's say devil fruit powers are powered by devils in the devil fruit, right? Let's give it
Okay.
that.
Yeah.
Analogy. I'm
Yeah.
Luffy. I eat the Nika fruit. Now
But
gear five.
I think,
Let
right?
me
Listen,
finish, bro. Let me just engage that.
my
Just engage.
analogy that the foundation of both of our analogies are just completely different because as soon as you eat a devil fruit, that devil exists. It gives you the power, but it's yours to use, right?
The
But
say,
Emu's
look,
power
that's
is
my same
like you're
argument.
not using immortality. They're not consciously using immortality. It's just a state of being bestowed upon you
true.
by the
That's
grace
not
of the
true.
devil.
Not true, and I'm explaining. If you listen, you'll understand.
Okay.
So let's say
Okay,
now
I'll let you
Luffy ate the
finish.
power. Luffy ate the power of the Gamu Gamu no Mi. Yeah, his body
Yeah.
changed. His body changed
Yeah.
without his will. He can't control it. Someone stretches his hands, he can't control that shit. It's
Yeah.
changed. Yeah, it's a power that's given to him. If the devil in his body, yeah, if Blackbeard touches him and he doesn't have that fruit, the power of the
Okay,
fruit
yeah.
anymore, yeah, that's him. That's Luffy now. But with
Yeah.
but saying that the devil fruit is not Luffy's power is silly because Luffy has full agency as well to use the fruit as he
I
wants.
agree that
Now let me come back.
that the
You agree
Nika
with
fruit
that?
and the devil fruit is Luffy's
Okay,
power.
you agree with that. Now let's go to the
Yeah,
next.
I
Let's
agree
go
with
to
that.
the next example. Yeah. Now the Gorosei have full agency in using the power that Imu bestowed upon them. Now let me give you an example of how. If they wanted to, like, say, cut their hands off, and then regenerate, they can regenerate.
Just like
We know
Shikamaru
when
was
Bonnie-
able to use
when,
the two-tail power that Naruto
when
gave him during
Saturn,
the Fourth Ninja War.
look, I'll give one example. When Saturn looked into Bonnie's eyes and basically got just by like blowing head ability, maybe that's his ability, who knows, but after that he got attacked and there was nothing going on. He basically saw that attack coming and let it happen. So he's using his own free will and agency to use the power that's bestowed upon him the way he wants to. It's not Imu controlling the goddess say and doing what Imu wants. You understand? If you were to say, "Oh no, Imu controls,"
But
the goddess
it's still
say,
Imu's power. It comes from Imu's devil fruit power. The power is given to them by Imu. Does that
Do you
make
know-
Guys,
sense?
you got to be
That's what I'm
diplomatically
saying.
Dude,
neat
you're repeating
and say
yourself at
these
this
both
point.
are right.
No, I'm.
Okay, so how is it not the devil? How is it not Nika's power? The Gear 5 is not Nika's power. Why don't you say it's Nika's power?
Because Nika is like, we've never seen Nika. I've never seen Nika. It's just a state of being that you become one with the devil fruit. That's how I see. Like when you eat a devil fruit, you become one with the devil fruit. That's why you become a regular human.
Before Luffy had the Gamu Gamu no Mi, we know that zone fruits are alive. We know zone fruits have a willing agent. It's proven by the goddess say the zone fruits have a will. It's like they're evading the Gamu Gamu no Mi was evading them for a long time. It has a willing agent. Can we agree to that?
Yeah, well, Luffy only
Okay, so
won
you
against
agree to
Kaido
that.
because
So now
he,
willing
he
agent.
awakened with Nika's power.
Now, a willing agent is consumed by Luffy, which is Nika. Did you agree with the theory that I said a long time ago that when he's in Gear 5 mode and he's smiling and he's laughing, it's Nika personality coming out?
Yeah, I agree with that.
You agree with that? So now
Yeah.
you agree with me. So now you agree with me that now there's a willing agent called Nika, and Nika is
Yeah.
sharing the power of of the Gear 5
That's
to Luffy.
Luffy's power, though. Nika is Luffy's power.
Like how I
Nika is
started this
Luffy's
debate.
power.
You
and
get
I'm
what
like,
I'm
how-
saying? Nika is Luffy's power.
You know why it's not Luffy's power? Let me give you another
Why is it
example.
not? So
You know,
Luffy is Nika's power. Like Nika
I'm
is
giving you an
using
example.
Luffy.
I'm giving you an example, right?
Yeah.
I'm giving you an example. When Ace used his Mira Mira no Mi, when Mira no Mi was being used, that was his power. But suddenly Sabo was using the same power. So Sabo ate the Mira Mira no Mi. It was never
Yeah,
Ace's
and then
power.
Ace died. That power was gone from Ace, and now it's Sabo's power.
Exactly.
Fire is
So
Sabo's power.
the power always was the fruit's power. It wasn't It wasn't Ace's power. It's not Sabo's power.
No,
it's
but
the
but
fruit's
but, but
power.
Sabo and Ace made it their power because the fruit became one with them. Does it make sense?
You know,
It became one.
it
with
doesn't
them.
matter. It doesn't matter if it's one or many. I tell you why. In the end of the day, the source is not theirs. Luffy's power is not his inherently. Ace power, the
But
fire power,
that's
was not
Fire
his
Fist
inherently.
Ace's power, though. Does that make sense?
You don't get my point. I'm trying to say when Ace used his fire fist power, someone using the same attack. Does not mean that it's Ace's power. It means it's the Mira no Mi's power. Look at Blackbeard. Blackbeard using the freaking quick fruit. When he uses the quick fruit, is it Whitebeard's power or is it the quick fruit power? Just answer the question. Is it Whitebeard's power or is it the power of the quick fruit?
It's Whitebeard. It's Whitebeard using the quick fruit's power to create quakes.
There you go.
So when you scale,
certain-
so now when you scale Whitebeard, you have to scale him with the quick fruit power.
And that's what I'm doing. I'm doing the goddess say scaling him with Imu's power.
But that's
why
Imu's power.
I don't understand that.
If you take away Imu, like they
But that's
scale
the
much
same argument.
lower.
If you take away the power, if
They
you take
scale
away the
much
fruit power,
lower. Yeah, I agree. If you take away Whitebeard's quick fruit power, you scale Whitebeard much lower.
what's the argument here?
But
We
I
both are saying
think,
the same thing.
listen. I think that the Gorosei's power, like they have their devil fruit and their powers and abilities, right? But the immortality aspect and the teleportation aspect of their ability is given to them by Imu.
Yeah.
So
I
so
agree.
when we say so without Imu, the Gorosei scale much lower. That's what I'm trying to say.
Okay,
since the beginning.
so my argument, I agree with that. That's been debating a non point. The reason why, because I was saying my point was that the goddess say as they are right now, because this is my scaling level. I said the admirals, the goddess say with Imu's power, obviously, because that's why the goddess say. The moment Garling became a goddess say, his level he powering up. Or maybe it didn't, because the God's Knights also have Emu's power. But like, let's say assume a random Tom, Dick, and Harry down the street became a goddess say, and that eligibility that what makes him a goddess say is to have a contract with Emu. Instantly, the power goes up. So my point, what I was trying to say,
but that's not their power though. It's borrowed from Emu.
That's a stupid point to make though. I don't know why you made it.
We need to make that distinction.
Then, I think there's an irrelevant distinction to make. I'll be honest with you, that's so irrelevant to make.
That's a relevant distinction. Emu needs to get the credit. Every
That's like saying
victory the
that's
Gorosei
like saying
gets, Imu gets the
the
credit.
devil fruit needs to get the credit, Enma needs to get the credit, freaking the free soul.
What do you
Nika
mean
beat-
without
Wait,
Emu's
wait,
help?
Nika
Without
beat
Emu's
Kaido.
help, without Emu's help, they're not winning.
So
I truly
then
think,
Nika beat
I
Kaido.
truly
Like,
think
can I
without
Now, Gear 5
immortality, listen,
Wait.
without immortality, Luffy claps up the Gorosei. in
without
Egghead.
Gear 5, Luffy doesn't beat Kaido, by the way. So
Yeah,
are
yeah,
you
yeah.
trying to
I
say then
agree.
Nika,
I
Nika
agree.
beat Kaido?
Without he didn't beat Kaido. If
But
Nika
what's the
doesn't
point of saying
awaken
that?
at that
But
moment,
what's the point? But what is the point of saying that though?
I'm just making a distinction so Imu gets the credit.
All right, fine. If you want to make that distinction, fine. I'm not disagreeing with that. That was never my argument. My argument was that as long as you understand that the Gorosei when they fight using Imu's power is technically their agency. They're fighting, and the power they use is theirs at that point of time. Just like when Luffy beat Kaido with his Gear 5, you can't just suddenly say, "Oh no, he's using Gear 5." It's not really his power. He didn't just use his haki. It's
No,
like
that's
Sabo.
Luffy's power. Gear 5 is Luffy's power.
Wait, you just said the opposite right now.
No, bro, immortality
Bro.
is Imu's power. Gear 5 is Luffy's power. How is this not making sense to you guys?
I'll tell you why. I tell you
Oh
why. You
my
know
God.
the reason, because if you understand what, firstly, there's not proven, and none of this is proven that Emu's power is our theory, right? And the logic behind our
Yeah.
theory was is a devil's contract. The thing is that the theory, if you guys remember, is that when Emu ate the devil fruit, the devil in his fruit is giving Emu power. You understand? They are talking to each other. Unlike most zone fruits, the idea was, unlike most zone fruits, the spirit of the devil is actually conscious entity, which communicates to Emu and allows him to share the contract with other entities. Now, what's giving them the power is not Emu, it's the devil fruit itself. So all Emu's doing
Gear
really,
5 is Luffy's power. Immortality is Imu's power. The Gorosei are borrowing Imu's power, so Imu should get the credit if the Gorosei win against people.
Emu's-
All right,
they're
let's
not
move
borrowing
on.
Emu's power.
to
They're
Gor-
borrowing the devil fruit's power that Emu has. There you go. And just like every other devil fruit user. So I don't know what's the point about this
All right,
conversation.
let's call this a
Yeah?
truce. Let's call this a truce.
I still don't agree with the way you framed it, but let's move on. But let me come back to my point. The whole point I was trying to say, the Gorosei scales with, okay, let's use your argument. The Gorosei with Emu's power, yeah, the contract, they scale higher than the Admirals, 100%. Now, Emu scales not just twice higher than all these Goroseis, but at least 5 to 10 times. And
5
that's why
to
I
10
think,
times.
I'll
What
tell you
the
why.
hell?
I'll tell you why. Let me
Whoa,
explain
wait,
my-
Gorosei with or without immortality? Because
With-
if the Gorosei are
every
fighting
time,
Emu,
man, every
if
time
the,
you
no,
mention-
look, if the Gorosei are fighting Emu can cancel their immortality.
Okay.
Do you
so
see?
basically
Do you
you
see
got-
why
yeah,
why
I see
why
what you
it's
mean.
important? Why it's
No.
important?
No, do you know what it is? The
Yeah.
Gorosei, yeah, you're right. But the reason why I said scale, yeah, even with the immortality,
Dirty Harry
Emu-
said finally, and then we're back at it
No.
again.
Emu scales higher. Look, Emu scales higher in 10 times because 3 reasons why. Firstly, you're right. He's the source of their power. That's number one.
Yeah.
He can cancel out the power. That's why I said 10 times to 20 times.
Okay.
Second, even if he doesn't fight, his underlings and he fights any Tom, Dick, and Harry like Xebec, the reason why I'm saying
Like
5
Dirty
to 10
Harry.
no,
in
not
chat.
afraid. I'll say, huh?
Dirty Harry in chat.
Finally. Hey guys, sorry man. Sometimes you go into these debates and you saw it firsthand. I forgive us, man. And it can last forever, honestly. Yeah. Okay, look. Now my point I'm trying to say is this.
Okay.
In the end of the day, yeah, look, Emu scales higher for 3 reasons. Like 10 times higher for three reasons. We know Emu has crazy haki. We just saw it
Yeah.
with Gunko. His haki, it's not just within himself. When he possesses someone from far distance, Elbaf is quite far away from the red line. Wherever
You
means.
remember how this argument started?
I was trying to say that. I was trying to explain.
No,
that
we're
it's-
just trying to
it's
power
because in
scale the
a-
different government forces. and like,
It's because
Yeah.
I just said that
Yeah.
Luffy couldn't damage the Gorosei and y'all went ham.
No,
Dude, you-
because Bunny. Well, let me go back to my point. I'm trying to say. I'm trying to make a point that Emu scales 10 times higher than everyone. Yeah, when it comes to the admirals, and the reason why how I saw it was it can look what it just did. The power of the Delphi that Emu has, it made Dorian Broggy completely useless. It
yeah,
made
and
Dorian
these guys have a
Broggy-
1.8 billion bounty each of
yeah.
them.
It made Dorian Broggy
Legendary
literally-
pirates.
They scale like admiral level, in my opinion. At least,
Yeah.
they
Okay,
scale
I don't
admiral
know
level,
admiral
and
level,
without
but
a
below
freaking
that,
blink
yeah.
of an eye, not even in its main body, Gunko. We're talking about Gunko, a side body, a freaking host. My guy Emu jumps into it without a second, just controls the battlefield. Boom.
Yeah.
You're talking about a billion berry bounties on his side. You're telling me he's not 10 times stronger. And then now Xebec comes in. He's basically saying, oh, bro, man, I can't do shit here, man. I'll come back. And then what did he do? He doesn't go back. He needs to build an army to face this one person. And like the immense power of Imu is so crazy. And I'll tell you why I think Xebec wasn't burnt out in a second, yeah? I'll tell you why. If you continue reading, let's go back to the chapter, guys. I'm sorry to wrap this up, but I still don't get the argument what Sib's trying to say. Yeah, I'm gonna move that forward, yeah? I only agree. By the way, I only agree with your argument with Dorian Broggy. Dorian Broggy's demon form is not their power. Yeah, it's different when you say Dorian
Yeah, it was
Broggy.
given to them by Imu, just like the Gorosei.
But they also have no agency. There's a difference. When you have agency on something.
No. I disagree. I think they have agency. Didn't you see they were fighting their own kin? They were talking like, "Oh, I'm gonna kill everyone. I'm gonna hurt people."
When you're drunk and you have alcohol, yeah, your agency that you have, yeah, is inhibited, yeah. It's literally in a form of inhibition. You don't really have agency. That's why
If
it's
you're
called
drunk
when
and you kill someone, you still go to jail.
You do. That's why the action of
Yeah.
drink. You're not charged because you killed someone. And you chose to drink and drive. You chose to drink and then choose to drive. You get it? Yeah. And you went over the limit knowing that you're gonna drive. It's before you got drunk. That's the problem. Now, but when you're drugged up and you're high as a kite, yeah, you have no agency. That's bullshit. Now, when Dorian Broggy are high as a kite with rage, drug, all that all that hormones going in their bloodstream, all that anger, all the power, all that ego, they don't have agency, which is themselves. Gotta say has full agency. Gunko, yeah, apart from Gunko because he's possessed and warped, yeah. All of the gods Knight have agency, yeah, but they have the power of Imu, yeah. Luffy has full agency, but he has the power of the Devil Fruit. You get me? But anyways, let's continue. Imu is 10 times stronger, and I'll tell you what, Xebec was he was not burnt out. You'll see why in a second. So we continue, yeah, and then he says, yeah, I'll come back next time. I'll be back one day. And then we say, naturally, this incident would never be brought to the light. Ironically, on that very day, there was another intruder in the Holy Land. And then all of the celestial dragons, they look like they're just on drugs, innit? I don't know what they're doing. Look, it's so much bigger than a normal giant. I want it as a slave. No, we should kill it and have it stuffed. These guys are psycho. Anyways, everyone's after Harold, right? God, protect the nobles, because his disguise got got blown. Hot. I'm sorry, the negotiation went south. And I know trespassing is a crime, but isn't this all going a bit too far? And then they're just saying, don't let the kidnapper get away. I guess they're blaming him for Harold's mistake. No, Harold.
Wait, real quick. Uriel Father 513. He sent a super chat and says, "I think Dracula Mihawk is related to you."
100%. 100%. We've been saying that for ages.
Watch the Shanks versus Mihawk video.
Yeah, we made a video on it.
That we made a few weeks ago. Explain the whole thing there.
But to summarize it, we believe is Nerona Mihawk, and he trained with Shanks, and they met.
He used to be a God's Knight.
Yeah, and they became rivals during Shanks's.
He trained with Garling.
Yeah. All right, let's continue. So basically, he's just saying it wasn't me, but at the same time, yeah, Harold bumps into Xebec. An admiral was murdered. The culprit ran towards the castle. Proceed with caution. Oh my god, it's just one thing after another. Seize that big one. Look how big he is. Bloody hell. That must be the guy who kidnapped the king. How dare he use me as a scapegoat? I'll show him. This is sick. This is why I don't think he's 100% dead. Oh my god, he does. Look at his face here. He does look tired though. He said, a giant in the Holy Land. Don't your kind lurk in the boonies. And this is the clash which I'm talking about. You're telling me this clash, yeah?
This is the thumbnail.
This is Harold. Yeah, bloody hell, man. Bloody hell. This is my point I'm making, bro. That guy wasn't burnt out. He just took on a freaking Giants clash. Harold's at full power. He's just running away. And he's using all of his might to kill this prick.
That just means that's just how strong Rox is.
Nah, Rox is strong, but Emu must be
incredibly strong. He fought an admiral for a whole admiral, defeated him, and then now he's fighting King Harold with the strongest giant who has God Haki and is going band for band. That's my goat.
Yeah, that means Emu is like the freaking monstrous monster.
And if you think about it, because Monkey Deadbeat Dragon's power hasn't been revealed, and if this is the pinnacle so far, imagine the things Dragon can do. Yeah.
Hey, one more thing I want to add. You know, when it was a hockey attack, like for instance, most of these guys have hockey, right? Even with devil fruit, then that's literally inherently from them. So that's their power. And shout out to Juanito Juan. Juan said, "How can we assume Gunko or Gorosei have their own agency? What if they were good? I think Gunko was manipulated and was good, but the Gorosei definitely don't have their own. I mean, definitely have their own agency, and they never
They're
were good.
fully bought
Yeah, yeah.
into Imu's whole cult
Yeah,
and
they were
plan.
raised. It was
Yeah.
because of the conditioning they went through. But they are evil because they're evil because that's them. That's not because Emu gave them
They
some
see
hormones.
themselves as above everybody else.
Yeah, and we know that from Garling. If you go back and Shamrock,
Yeah.
because Shamrock, yeah, he's a piece of shit. Yeah, and he sees everyone of these normal human beings as lesser. And then he says Shanks, I don't know what he saw in these normal human beings because them two were twins, but they were born in different environments and they got
Yeah.
different
It's not
conditioning.
just about blood.
Yeah.
One of the main themes of One Piece is that your lineage and your DNA matters, but not to the extent that you should judge a child because
Yeah.
of their father. And
Yeah,
Shanks is
upbringing
an
is more
example
important.
of that. Yeah.
Upbringing is very important. But even with that said, I think One Piece is so deep. Oda is so deep. Even the idea of upbringing also has something into comes into play because when you go to Doffy, you got Doffy and you got Corazon. They had the
Yeah.
same upbringing. They had the exact same upbringing. They saw the same shit. Yeah, from
You
the
can't
going
just
coming
put
from
like a
birthday. Yeah,
blatant label on people just
someone.
because of
Yeah,
where they are from,
yeah,
who their parents are. There's like a spectrum in every
yeah.
country. There's a spectrum in every culture, things like that.
So what makes a human being do what they want, do what they do? It's not necessarily their genes, their DNA, the way the mind is wired, and their upbringing is a multitude of things, and it just
Mhm.
combines together to make the person who they are. Anyways, we'll continue.
This
So
panel
yeah,
is
this clash looks crazy. Zebek and Harold, yeah, they this clash between the two strangers blew everyone away within 5 kilometer radius. Bloody hell, man! You know how freaking hot
okay.
5 kilometers, bro. And then Zebek's like, whoa, state your name. And then Harold is excited because he's like, damn, bro, I probably never had this type of strike in forever or
And
never.
if you see clearly, yeah, their weapons are not touching.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Like look at
it's
this. Yeah, so
advanced.
I
Look
think
at
they
the
split the
bottom.
sky
It's
here as well.
Whitebeard versus Roger.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Oh my god,
sick.
I love this panel. It's so good.
Harold's like, but it's Harold. And he says, I'm Rocks. Angle your next strike towards the town. They'll enslave you if you get caught. Huh? Why? Don't see, look, Zebek is big brain. He knows how bad the
Yeah.
Celestials are. He knows they treat people like shit. He knows how they're gonna treat freaking Harold. They're gonna enslave you. Look what they're saying. You didn't listen to the guy, man. And then he's like, don't ask questions. And then they do, I guess he does angle the attack and then he gets away. And then Harold's like, how do I get to Albath? And Zebek tells him, the new world is that way. Wahaha! If you survive, let's meet again, Harold. Don't be
They're instantly
ridiculous.
like we're buddies now with one sword clash, bro.
Bro, that's why I love One Piece, man.
This,
This is
this
sick.
makes this makes more sense that Rocks came to like hire Harold into his crew sort of thing. Like he's seen his power. He's like, yeah, I want all the strongest guys, and he's like, yeah, come in my power. But
He's a
now
simple
looking at
guy.
Rocks, right? Like Rocks seems like so
Hey,
sorted. Like
I
I
said,
like
I
Rocks.
said, let's go to that panel. Are we allowed to? Are we gonna get striked?
Yeah, yeah,
We
yeah.
have to be careful.
Yeah. We
Guys,
can switch.
we have to be very careful with the panelings. You know how things are. Quite difficult. That's
Come
why
join the
that's why your
Discord,
support
everybody.
matters, man. Every one of you guys are
Yeah.
legends. Much love to everyone on streams, like nearly 300 people. So much love to all of you guys. And what does support us, run the channel is your love and support,
Do you know?
and of course your money. So go to animedrip.shop, buy yourself a merch.
You know
Yeah.
something you real in chat just mentioned and I kind of think this is happening is what if Emu can talk to his or devil fruit or more like is completely being influenced by his or devil fruit to do what
That's
he's
what I've
doing.
been telling. That's
Yeah.
what I've been
No,
saying,
that,
bro.
I agree. I wrote about this, bro. We wrote about this
Yeah,
together.
but that's what I'm saying. Oh, sure. Oh, you mean the comment? Okay, Euro said that. Yeah, that's what we've
Yeah.
been saying, Euro, man. We've been literally saying that the difference between Emu and every other zone devil fruit is that the main, how do you say it? The main villain in all of this is the devil in Emu. That's what we call it, and is the literal devil in the fruit. And it's unlike Nika. Nika influence through just laughter and passive influence per se, right? Whereas the devil in Imu is a conscious devil, which we believe that Imu is saying, "Oh, let's achieve this goal together." And that power that everyone has, that the goddess has, it's not Imu's power, it's the devil fruit power. The devil is so powerful. Like, you know how there's a, if you guys, I don't know much about black magic, and I don't do black magic, haram obviously, but all this Kabbalah shit, and they make contracts. So the contract works like this: you give a bit of blood to the devil, and the devil does something in exchange, or you do something for the devil, and the devil does something in
And
exchange.
if you look at the symbols of like the what are they called, pentagrams and things like that, Oda has taken inspiration from whatever Yusuf's talking about.
100%. And
Yeah.
the same way that the devil made a contract with the Emu, obviously by eating it and doing the bidding together, whenever Emu bestows the power to these guys, they have to, it's like a give and take relationship. They get Emu's immortality, they get Emu's ability, essence per se, but also communication. They can communicate telepathically. Some of them can do the summoning circles. You understand? That's all
Yeah.
Emu's devil's power. Oh, shout out to Nick Glenn, my guy, donated $5. Do you guys think the previous users will overtake the devil fruit will? Maybe Roxwell is, oh my thank you, man, I love this guy. Maybe Roxwell is in the Yummy Yummy no Me or the Hito no Me plot twist. Guys, watch the last video we posted. Please watch it. Look, maybe I put like maybe 10 theories in that video, and maybe 3 of them will come true, or maybe none of them, right? But I'm telling you one thing I do want to happen
Everything
is that
hinges on Rox's sister being a thing.
No, even forget
We
about
don't
that.
even know Rox has a sister, bro.
That's one theory which I say that Rock's sister being kidnapped and then get married to Garling. But leave that aside, yeah. Forget about that theory. The one theory which I want to happen is that Rox is still alive, and the way he's still alive is that he, just like Emu.
Blackbeard.
Look, Emu
learned
and
from
Rox, I
Emu.
think they're parallel. Emu is a king, and Rox wants to be a king, and they met each other. But Rox has a devil fruit, which I believe is the demon ghost fruit, and a sister fruit to the devil that's in Emu. So they're kind of like sister fruits, yeah, but not, they're very similar fruits. The thing is that it's not as strong as Emu's fruit, number one, but it has the same type of ability with possession. So what I'm thinking is that Rox, yeah, has the ability, yeah, he can communicate with his fruit just like Emu, and then when he died, the fruit didn't reincarnate into another fruit. The fruit.
Wait. This upscales Rox even more. You just reminded me something. He blocked Harold's strike. If he is a devil fruit user, didn't even use the devil fruit to block the strike. Even Whitebeard would imbue some of his quick hockey attacks.
100%. But how
This,
do you know
this
at this
man
point
is a
he has the
complete
fruit?
menace.
How do you know at this point he has the
Oh,
fruit?
that's a good point. That's a good point. Yo,
might
you
get
know
a
how
fruit later.
crazy strong he is if he doesn't even have a fruit right now? Defeated an admiral already, went 1-for-1 on Harold? Holy shit.
I think he could have got the fruit after he met Emu. He said, "You know what? I'm gonna find this. I'm gonna find a way to beat you."
He took
And
inspiration. This is how you become
Yeah.
the king of the world.
exactly. So my point is this.
He decided to get the fruit after meeting Emu.
Yeah,
He got
maybe.
Davy Jones' fruit.
I think so. So my point is that the reincarnation process of the fruit.
Yeah.
Instead of reincarnating into the fruit, he was able to communicate with the devil in the fruit and say, "You know what? No, we're not going into a new fruit. We're going into my son, Blackbeard, who I prepared for this moment." And that's why Blackbeard, as a young kid, was troubled. He wasn't able to sleep at night, and he was awake 24 hours because there was this three spirits: spirit of Blackbeard, spirit of Xebec, and spirit of the devil. That was with.
Did you see?
You know,
Look at what Ike said, or Ike said in chat. He said Rox has a sister named Scissors,
Scissors.
and they have a little brother named Paper. Oh, Yusuf's gone, chat. Yo, I won the poll though. Yusuf got the last word. I won the poll. W chat. Thank you.
I'm not gonna lie. I don't care. That by that logic, yeah. Luffy's not using his powers. He's using Nika's powers. By that logic, that's always gonna stay with me.
That's Luffy's
The moment
power.
you kill Nika,
That's Luffy.
the moment you kill
Immortality is
Nika,
Imu's power, and they're borrowing it. Luffy's power is Nika power.
the
And
moment
when
you
he gives
kill
it to
Nika,
Zoro and the
and
gang during the final war, it'll be his power being given to them.
that's gonna go in circles, but I don't buy it. Anyways, so my point I'm trying to say is this: yeah, Xebec, the devil, and Blackbeard are 3 heads in the body of Blackbeard. Yeah. And yeah, anyway, we explained why you got 3 devil fruits. I mean, technically 3 devil fruits as well. But let's continue. Yeah?
Finish the chapter. Dude, we went
All
on
right,
for
so-
like nearly an hour. Yapping.
Okay. So he says he asks Harold, if you survive, let's meet again. But Harold's like, don't be ridiculous, as if I ever associate with a criminal like you. Because my guy's trying to do the right thing. He thinks the world needs to be united, and he will be
Harold's still
part of the world
naive.
government. Yeah, he's naive because he just learned about the world recently. He saw how he was a tyrant before. He was like thinking we're the best, and then he found out that the world can offer more, and then the world government might offer him something that they don't have, a unification, which obviously he doesn't know about all of the conspiracy about the world. He didn't even know they wanted to like kidnap him as a slave. He was like, "What? Why do you
Yeah.
want to do that?" So he's very naive. And then, so he said, "Don't be ridiculous, as if I'd ever associate with a criminal like you." And then Xebec's like, "What the? Are you seriously just gonna jump off the cliff?" And Rox had taken down. Okay, Rox had taken down a Navy admiral a moments earlier. Oh my god! So Harold just jumps down, and this is sick. But Rox, yeah, there we go. We learn a bit more. Oh my god! Hey, you're look at the wanted poster. This is the
That's
this is
Buggy.
sick.
That's Buggy's wanted poster.
This is sick. This is sick. Bro, I'm telling you, man. And one more theory we added, guys, is that Buggy is also a bastard son. He had another son, not just Blackbeard, but Buggy. I'll be honest with you, I'm like 10% with that theory, but I think like there's a lot. Like, why does Buggy has a nose?
Dude, look
Like,
at that
nose-
panel. Look at Rox's wanted poster. Look at Buggy. Come on.
I'm telling you, man. There's so much reasons which I think it could happen. Despite all
What
the
do you
efforts
think?
it's
Okay,
given,
okay. This is the thing. What do you think Rox's bounty is?
Bounty's
It,
probably.
it, it, it won't be more than Whitebeard and Goldie Roger, because they said this is the highest bounty to ever exist.
Yeah, there was a bounty inflation.
less
There's
than that.
something like I saw in the community that people were saying that Rox's bounty must have been like 10 billion. But you guys have to remember, 100 years ago,
Back
Dorian
then.
Broggy, their bounty was 100 million,
And that was a lot.
and now it's been inflated to 1.8 billion. So by that logic, I think the
1
Rox
billion.
might have been the first 1
Inflation is a
billion
thing.
berry bounty.
Yeah.
What
I
do,
think
what
it's
do you
1
think
billion.
about that
Inflation is a
take?
thing in One Piece.
Yeah.
I think that could be a thing, yeah. Because
think
they
Rock's at
clearly
1
said, I
billion.
was doing some research for the previous chapter, and they clearly said that Roger and Whitebeard's, like, no one has crossed their bounty.
Yeah.
So if
There's
anyone would
there's
have
also
crossed,
the
it would
other
be Rock.
logic. There's also the other logic which you just made. Yeah, it is called inflation because you have to realize that money does. You know, it's about the money in it, the value of one berry,
Yeah.
1 billion
Insert
at that
Nami
time.
with dollar
That's true.
eyes or
I'm
berry eyes.
thinking more of like the pirate era inflation because
Oh.
pirates have become much more dangerous now.
Yeah, and the golden age of pirates started after
Yeah.
Roger's announcement.
And
Yeah,
also,
just
if you think about it, what apart from killing the admiral, which I think is a crazy feat here, you can't compare it to Roger, who basically you have to realize that some Emu and the government don't really care about the people. That's just a facade. They don't care about them. They don't care about the vice admiral or the admiral.
they care about only about their secrecy. Yeah.
the secrecy. Exactly. That's why Robin, as a child, as a mere child, yeah, got 80,000 berry bounty for what? Just being
80
associated.
million, yeah.
They didn't even
80
confirm that
million.
you knew. They didn't confirm that shit. They didn't confirm. Oh, she knows how to read the
She's just a part
poneglyph.
of O'Hara, so like
Yeah.
the only O'Hara survivor.
Yeah, these guys are
Before we
mad.
move on though, how the hell did Rox manage to get out of Marie Joie alive?
Look what they say. It says it here. It says, in a blink of an eye,
Yeah.
bro, in a blink of an eye, his infamy boomed. The event sent powerful shocks throughout the sea. Sometime later, I thought he broke the gates. He broke the.
No,
I think he
it's-
sat on top of Harold, and Harold escaped with him. That's what it looks like.
Oh
Did he?
yeah, I think he did. Look, he was right next to him.
Oh,
and then
did
they
he?
jumped.
But
Yeah,
just
then look,
leaving the flower. Oh wait, he has a sword now.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And he
Oh.
clashed. He
Hey,
clashed.
hey, he didn't have a sword when he went to the room, right?
No,
He
Chat?
probably
no,
did,
no,
but
no,
it was
now he has a
because
sword.
he was standing.
Yeah, we don't know if he had a sword or not. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's a
Because
possibility.
he was
Yeah.
This gives
way
more
he was
evidence
sitting, it
now.
could have been
This
like
gives
cut
more
out
evidence.
from the.
We didn't see the
But
sword
because-
before he
Nah,
went
but
to
to
the
be
room. We
honest,
saw a
I
gun.
think that's his sword. I think that's his sword. If
Bro,
you
he
think about it.
clashed with Harold with a
Yeah.
sword.
Yeah, the emu sword. He
No,
borrowed
that's his
power
sword,
from
man.
him.
That's Rox's sword, bro. I don't buy it. I don't think it's Lily's sword. Nah.
Yeah, bro.
I think if it was, they would show something here that okay, Rox
What if
just
what if
stole the
what if
sword
that's
and
Shanks' sword? That's Griffin back in the
Oh,
day because he has
oh.
that health and
It could be,
everything.
yeah.
Imagine.
Griffin is a saber, like it's sort of like a rapier, right?
Nah,
It
the
could
sword is
be.
back in the sword is back in freaking Marijoa. After Rox died in God Valley, Garlin took it to give it back to Emu
You
so
see,
he can.
the thing is,
Yeah.
right? Like Rox's sword looks more like a saber, and the sword in Marijoa looks like a rapier. Like it's much more thinner. I think those are
Let me have a
different
look.
swords.
Wait, let's have a look again.
I don't know,
So
man. They
can you
look the
show them?
same. They look the same to
Looks the
me.
same to
Yeah, I'm
me.
showing on
No,
stream.
no, I get it. I see what you're saying. Look, because there's a tilt, there's a
Mm.
curvature, yeah,
Yeah,
on Xebec's sword, and the curvature is a
and
bit
that
too
that that
curved.
is what a saber is like the olden day pirate sort of thing. Like if you play any pirate games or anything like that, you like these the sabers, but the rapiers are
Hey,
like thin.
EK said
And
Xebec
and
only
and
class
one
Harold
more thing,
because he used
one more
Emu's
thing.
sword.
Rapiers are
Nah.
more like the rich use it, like for like fencing and stuff. So it could be like a king type sword.
Like Fiora in League of Legends.
Yeah, like
Hey,
Fiora, exactly.
hey, shout out to Unknown. Yeah, listen, guys, listen, Unknown. Yeah, my guy, listen. I'm not 100% going for the buggy is Rock's son. I think that's more of a meme at this point. But look at the freaking panel. Oda's memeing. Oda's the one trolling us. Oda first makes him look like Buggy in the beginning, and now this bounty poster. My guy has the same bounty
Yeah.
pose as Buggy.
Dude,
What are
their
you
Even the
hand is
hand,
even in the
bro.
same
Even the
position,
hand,
Yusuf. What
the
is
hand,
this?
the tongue,
Yeah, now
even the
Oda's trolling
nose.
us, man. And then if you go by my theory, yeah, from the last video we posted, yeah, I was saying that even though this is like it's rolling a dice here, I said Blackbeard as a child was worked on and his body was modified by Mads, and there's loads of reasons why. But it would make sense that Buggy was also modified, and because why the fuck does he have a freaking red nose? It can't. It literally cannot come off. Remember, so
Exactly.
one of the panels they tried to take it off, and it's just his nose. His nose looks like that.
It's a
Yeah.
part of his
Yep,
body. It
yep.
is his nose. And
Anyways,
and
Tell him,
he
Yusuf,
like
tell him.
he's actually like really like he gets pissed when people make fun of his nose. Like the thing.
I'm telling you,
I think
man.
there's something to do with it.
All right, so
And
basically,
dude,
sometimes
look at the
later.
bounty. Looks the same.
A buggy bounty, bro. Anyway, sometimes later, a ship carrying a great amount of celestial tribute to Mary Joa was attacked. The gate of justice were destroyed, and the attacker fled the scene. The stolen funds were later used to support Rox's pirate activities. This guy's a menace to society. This guy went into the freaking he went to the home of Emu. He went to my guy's crib and said, "What's up, Tim? I'm coming back."
Okay, I have
Is
a
your
question, right? I have a question, okay? Rocks completely like the entirety of Rocks just disappeared, and Rocks was barely like 50 years back. How do nobody remember Rocks? And he did so
Because why?
much.
Because Emu made sure.
No,
You know
because
what?
they control
Remember?
the information.
Yeah,
No, but
they can
even if you do,
experience the
right?
light.
Like people knew the Void Century existed. People didn't know anything about Rocks till
No,
like
because they
Sengoku
allow the
came out.
Void Century. Because you need the Void Century myth to be there for the Celestial Dragons have won the Great War and saved humanity. That's why
But no,
No,
people
like
know about the Void
just
Century.
no.
think about
I don't.
what
I
I'm
tell you,
saying, right?
I don't agree with that. I tell you why. What happened? Let me answer this Raj question because he got a good point. The Void Century is complete missing information for 100 years. So from 900 years to 800 years, we don't know nothing about what happened
Nothing,
there.
yeah.
Yeah. So it's like a miss. It's a big chunk of information gone. Yeah. Whereas one person or one pirate amongst 100 million pirates, what they did, what event happened, you have to realize the world is big. News, you only go. It's not like television, right? You have to wait for the newspaper to come.
Yeah.
News it doesn't get spread in the first place. So without the spread of news, yeah, you basically are invisible in the first place. Now, with that in mind, whatever news they had on him, which was the bounty poster, it still existed. They didn't wipe that away because the people that were there at his time, they knew about him. We know that Sengoku knew about him. We know that
Garp knows about
Kong
him.
and all of these guys know about him, but they just don't speak about him. Yeah, to the new
Yeah, but
generation.
they
Yeah.
don't like. But there's so much like this. There were kids at Marijua. There were slaves. There are so many people, admirals and stuff. Like no one talks about Rocks anymore, and he did
No,
so
that's not
much.
true. I think people
Dude,
who knew about him talked about
they
him.
killed Kuma's father for dancing. I don't think they'll
Yeah.
just kill a slave. You don't
No,
just
but I
think they'll
genuinely
just
believe
kill
the people
guards
that knew
for
him, they do talk about him.
killing.
Like we heard about him from Loki. We heard about him from
Yeah.
we heard about him
But
from
those are
Kaido.
free nations, though. Those are free nations and emperors talking about
No,
Rock.
but
You're
no
saying
one's gonna talk
you're
about this
Like
saying
guy.
normie people in this world, I don't think they even
Know about him.
remember. Like the new
like
generation
apart
remember. Like they might, like
apart
the
from
older
Rocks.
generation might have a vague memory of, oh yeah, there was a pirate who tried to do this thing, but the government beat him. The hero Garp. That's why the myth of hero Garp was so big because
Yeah,
he
but no
saved
one knew
Garp.
why he was called the hero. They just
No,
like it was an episode given to him.
Another reason is this. Let me explain this reason. I believe that Rox wasn't a bad guy. I know it sounds crazy, but he wasn't a person to pillage villages and other nations to
Yeah, I
make a
agree.
name for himself.
That was
His
Yeah,
beneath
I
him. That would
agree.
be
infamy,
Yeah,
beneath him to
yeah,
do
yeah,
something
yeah,
like
his
and
that.
I
infamy
think
came.
the way Harold and Rox talk to each other, right? He seems like a chill guy.
Yeah, his infamy came only from the government. You understand? He
Yeah.
was the
Mhm.
government's enemy. He wasn't the people's enemy. So the
Like
people
It's like
won't
Monkey
know
Luffy,
Defi
about it.
right?
Dragon. Like Monkey
It's like
Yeah,
Defi
Luffy. Like
Dragon.
Luffy liberated so many places, but they blamed Luffy for everything.
mm.
Like the
but the
government, like
but the people will always
Alabasta and
remember him because he saved the nations.
yeah,
And you know the only person who's actually a real menace that people don't talk about, the real enemy of a evil pirate, one of the worst one I think is Kid. No, people don't know about this, but Kid, yeah, he's a menace. He used to go down.
yeah,
He
yeah.
goes to freaking a next level normal town and
That's why he
destroys
had
it.
50 million more bounty
Yeah,
than Luffy and Sabo only, because he was murdering people whoever looked at him the wrong way.
trust. All right, let's continue reading this. Yeah,
Yeah,
until
yeah.
this point, Rox had always acted against. See, there you go. There you go. Prove my point. He always acted against the world government. He wasn't a menace to normal human beings. It's just the
It's just
evil
the world
government.
government.
But but after that, he started to target pirates too. So after this, now he has a
Oh,
big brain plan. He's like, you know what? I hate the government,
Yeah.
but I just met Emu. Emu's a prick,
Look, he
man.
got
I'm gonna,
inspired by Emu.
yeah.
He got inspired by Emu of
He's like,
how to
I'm gonna
take
be
over
the
the world.
I'm gonna
He
be
needs a
big
and
boss.
then look, no, 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 look. He started to target pirates too, right? And actually keep reading, and I'll make the point of like why the reason he didn't face off Emu. This gains evidence after.
Chat,
So keep reading.
that's a bit savage, man. Look, Kid who? Kid
They're
got
not wrong. They're not wrong.
yeah,
They're
Kid
not
got
wrong.
freaking wiped. All right, so basically, yeah,
Yeah.
in the world of pirates, there exists a long-standing tradition known as the Davy Back
So
fight.
that's why he started
Pirate fight.
attacking pirates to gain
mhm.
new crewmates, because he understood that to defeat an entity like Emu, to defeat the entity like the world government, he needs pirates. He can't go at it
You
alone.
you think he had the plan for the Neo Marines before like
No,
anyone did?
no. He just wanted to become the king of the world, and to
So I
achieve
think
that
like
goal,
king
he
of the
needed
world, but
pirates to help.
then he would need to have like his own sort of government to rule the world, right?
He just wanted to
So
be
he would
king of
want
the
to be.
world. Like
I don't think it's that simple. I know
yeah.
I for sure know, yeah, that Rox seems like a stupid guy. Just think I'm gonna be the king and usurp the current system,
Yeah,
and it does seem that way. But I genuinely believe that he felt that getting rid of the system was the first step, and whatever replaced them would be better than what they had right now. Because what had right now was a slavery. They had unjustness. They had countries, yeah, they had to be forced to pay heavenly tribute, so the people are just starving to death. He saw that firsthand, yeah. And I tell you why, because when he talked to Harold, he literally told Harold, what are you talking about? They're gonna make you slaves. He's concerned about the giant. He doesn't know
Yeah.
this guy, but he's
yeah.
concerned about the guy.
No,
So
because
it
that's
shows
because
that
of the power, right? Like he exchanged a blow with Harold, and he's like, "Oh, this guy's strong." He likes strong people. That's why he's like, "Okay, you
yeah.
need to escape."
But there's a respect level of the race as well. Like, he's not discriminatory straight away. He literally knows how corrupt these government are. And look what it says.
Mhm.
He always was acted against the world government, and then he only started going against pirates by what? He didn't destroy them, but he decided to play a Davy back fight because this is a mission now.
Yeah.
He was a rebellion. He was a rebellious person against the government. He knows he doesn't have the power to go against them alone. Now he needs
Remember,
he needs a team.
over here, it's saying that he started to target pirates. He didn't act against the pirates. He started targeting them. Like he never
Yeah, and
Yeah,
attacked
what he
them.
because
He
did,
he
just
wanted
Davy back.
crewmates.
yeah,
Yeah. So and he
makes
did.
sense.
Look at him. Look, he actually did the. It looks like Foxy. Look at he got that punch, the
Yeah.
gloves on. He got the gloves on. Oh, this is
Yeah.
funny as heck. Maybe it says pirate crews will compete in a series of matches, wagering their flags or even their crewmates in a truly ruthless game. Rox used this tradition to build his entire crew. So, by Whitebeard, Shiki, all of these guys here, they might have originated from other crew members, because they were
Yeah.
like simple, simple Tom, Dick, and Harrys. They weren't
I don't
legends
think
at that point.
Whitebeard
Davy
was.
back?
I think Whitebeard joined of his own volition.
Own report, yeah, me too, because the same
Yeah.
goals, 100%. All right, so then he says they had won many scoundrels to their side before they even had a flag. After that, because right now they just got members now, they don't got a full-on crew. After
Mhm.
that, they made their way to Albath. Bro,
Oh my
this
god.
is coming because now he
Goosebumps.
wants Harold. He's like, yes, he's gonna be part of my crew. Albath Quest Castle. Oh no, I rushed home as fast as I could, but I'm glad you already turned the corner on your recovery. Thanks goodness. See, my guy was wrong. Look, sometimes you have to have faith that people cares about you, man. No, he felt like his daddy didn't care, but he does. I know that you're strong, Loki, but you shouldn't wander into the realm of the dead. You got lucky escaping with nothing more than that after falling off the cliff. That's pretty. That's plenty more danger just lurking deeper inside. Oh, there's plenty more danger lurking deeper inside. Yeah, Dad really came back. It has to be a coincidence. He couldn't have.
He can't understand love, right? Like this is like first time happening to him. Like dad came
That's
back
so
for me,
sad.
man. Very
Imagine
sad.
how this guy felt here when his dad died in front of his eyes.
Dude, Loki
Wow.
just got introduced, and even Rocks actually, and they're like one of my favorite characters. He just got introduced.
Yeah, I cried. I swear to God, I was like, what the way he was written? Yeah, I was like tearing up because
Imagine
low
crying
key.
on the manga. What is gonna happen
Yeah,
to you during
imagine the
Kuma
anime,
flashback,
dude.
bro?
Dude,
You
Kuma
need,
Bro, I
you,
tried to
you
do
need
a
to
flashback
catch
on the
up and
manga.
watch the Kuma flashback. What are you
Kuma
doing?
flashback was
Yeah, I know,
Lock in,
it's so
lock
good.
in.
I'm gonna
I can't
binge
wait
One
for
Piece. I'm
Loki's
only like
flashback.
I'm egghead behind, but yeah, I need to catch up before this
I'm
start. Alba.
rewatching again. I just finished Buggy's arc.
Dang. All right, Dad really came back, so he's surprised. Then he goes meets Rocks. Rocks, I have heard all about your crimes. What are you doing here? I missed you, Harold. This is sick. My guy looks so cool. He looks like King.
Yeah,
I'm
I
sorry,
was
he looks
right.
like Kid. Isn't it?
Yeah, he has that kid.
Yeah,
He
you
has that
gotta
robe like
join
kid
my
has.
crew. I was saying that, bro. Before the leaks came out, I was saying that's what happened when he came as well on the last video. You gotta join my crew. The world government won't tear you out, right? You get it now. The time has come. Don't be stupid. If I anchor myself with a thug like you, I'll lose all the good I'll built up in my allies. He's still naive, man. I can't believe this. My guy's been naive. This is a real feast. Jahahaha. That's Al Capone's granddad, isn't it? that's Capone's granddad. Look at him. This is Shiki. Everyone's munching on the giant's food, and
Oh my
what
God,
of
he just
it?
started.
Oh, whoa, what of it? Aren't those allies government pawns? What's the point of reaching for something that's impossible? You gotta level the playing field. Don't be a wet blanket. This is so funny. Don't be a wet blanket, Harold. Albaf has the greatest warriors in the world. If something churns your stomach, you should just crush it. He's such a savage. And everyone's just like munching on that shit. So that's the king of Albaf. He sure is big. Oh shit! Sid! Raj! That's Karibu's dad! That's Karibu's. Look at this guy. Hey guys, hey,
Yeah,
show
yeah,
this
that's
panel to
Karibu.
everybody.
Yeah, that's Karibu's dad.
Hey, chat, look at
Wang
this.
Shi. That's Wang Shi, bro. He was at the Rocky Port incident.
Oh, that's Wang Shi.
Yeah.
Wang Shi's
They just
Karibu's father.
yeah. Probably was. Look at them. They got the same snake looking rat face. Look at this.
Oh, dude. Bloody
Hey, Nick
hell.
Glenn, send a super chat again. He says Rocks definitely had the Hito no Mi model Nika. No, he can't have
Nah.
the Luffy's
Nah.
food because we know from the Goro say that for
800
800
years, no
years
one has
nobody has
eaten
eaten it. Yeah.
Yeah. The only person who had it since 800 years was Joy Boy, and then Joy
Joy
Boy
Boy
to
and
Luffy.
Yeah.
And that makes sense. That makes sense because it wasn't the right time for the fruit to emerge, and it was the way it was trying to had a will of its own, so it was trying to evade the government and public scene. Anyways, my guy got Al Capone's granddad. You got freaking Whitebeard. You got what's that guy name?
Gloriosa, Miss
Gloriosa.
Buckingham, all of
Wait,
them.
where
Bro.
do you see Gloriosa?
No, Gloriosa not here. He just missed Buckingham.
Oh wait,
okay.
Gloriosa. Oh, dice. I thought that
He
was
probably
Gloriosa.
came late on it.
Yeah.
All right, so
When
Harold's
they went to
arguing with
Amazon
them.
Lily, she fell in love with Rocks.
Bro, I think she fell in love with someone else, like maybe Captain
No,
John or maybe
I think she
Shiki.
fell in love with
Rocks.
Nah, I think it's Rocks.
He
as
has
well,
the
yeah.
aura, bro. He has.
He
the
She
has
fell in love with
the-
Rocks
yeah.
and she gave birth
I
to
think-
Buggy. Is that what he's saying?
Oh, you might be
Oh.
Yeah,
cooking
birth to
there.
Buggy.
You might be cooking there.
Buggy.
But she was not pregnant
Oh,
during the God Valley incident, right? That's probably when Buggy would have
no,
been.
No,
born.
no, no. Buggy
she
was
probably
born
just
a
got
year
pregnant.
before.
It's born, yeah,
Buggy was
A
born
year before?
yeah, 1 year
yeah.
before.
He's
So this is the
39.
timeline. Blackbird was born 2 years before the death of Rocks. So basically, 2 years before God Valley, and then year
Valley.
after Buggy was born, and then a year after Rocks died. So technically, Gloriosa could be Blackbeard's mother as well, but I don't buy that because we
No, I
saw
don't
her,
think
we
so.
saw Blackbeard's mom in it being drawn by
Yeah, in
Oda.
the SBS. He's probably Marshall D.
I don't think Amazon Lily would be
Or D.
scared if Blackbeard attacked them. If Gloriosa
Yeah.
was Blackbeard's.
Yeah, it's definitely not. His
And
mom.
we have seen picture. Oda has drawn Blackbeard's sisters and mother.
So, your real father said, "Do you think Rock's sister is alive?" So, according to the theory, I mean, as again, please, guys, watch the video yesterday. I spoke about it.
Rox
That
has a
if this is,
sister. I didn't know
yeah,
that.
if his sister theory is correct, and he does
It's
have a
balls
sister,
deep.
I believe that.
Universe.
No, it's gonna happen, man, and I hope it happens. But if his sister got killed by
Guys, what's gonna be
Garling.
revealed first? Rox has a sister, or Dragon comes to Elbaf?
Look, in order, yeah. In order, this is what I want to happen, yeah. Out of all the theories which I believe, one theory I want Rox to be still alive inside of his Blackbeard. That's number one. Number two, yeah, I do want 100% him to have a sister, and his sister was Garling's captive wife, just like Ginny got captive, so got captured and became the
Remember,
wife
they
of a
even tried to
celestial.
get he even tried to get Shiraoshi. Remember the Saint Charles? He's
Yeah.
like, yeah, I want Shiraoshi, and she's like a little princess of
Exactly.
Fishman Island.
So the way I
She
see
could
it,
be-
Garling was given the princess of Fullerled because the Rock's sister was technically a princess
Or
of
Drum
Fullerled,
Island.
right? Or Drum,
Just-
yeah. If he's a real king, that's also the theory out there that he was the king of Drum Island, but he left and because the government was corrupt, so on and so forth. But anyways, she's a princess, or she got taken in and she got married to Garling. They had 2 kids. She was only able to save Shanks. And she got killed because she was like literally, she hid Shanks in the treasure chest. Garling's like, "Where's my son, big?" And he killed her. But after giving, he killed her. And then when Rox found out that she's dead, he went crazy. And that's why Roger and everyone had to like team up against
All
Rox.
right,
so
enough.
it was gonna-
Enough fan
Anyways,
fiction. Let's move on.
that's my. I'll believe it till the day I die. If Oda doesn't write this shit, I'm writing a freaking
Bro,
alternative
you know the
universe.
meme of have you seen the meme of like the theme because girls write fan fiction right on those fan fiction websites and they say dudes make fan fiction and call it a theory. And that's Yusuf right now.
I lie. That's true. That's 100% me. Guys, that's an anime. Look, most of anime balls deep. Yeah, a lot of things we got right. I can't lie to you. Like
Yeah.
we were saying, and that was our fan fiction. We weren't saying that freaking Monkey D. Dragon was a marine for like 5 years. Like that, we made a whole Monkey D. Dragon video.
Yeah, actually.
before,
Yeah.
before it got revealed that he
Bro,
was
I
part of the
remember
marines.
editing that. That was such a pain.
Guys,
Yeah, everyone's saying
sometimes
Monkey
yeah,
D. Dragon.
stories follow like a rhythm. Like the really good stories have like a pattern to them, and like that pattern doesn't really have evidence, but the author always follows that pattern. So those kind of like theories, they feel like fan fiction sometimes.
It does, but it always correlates. Like even Luffy having
Yeah.
a zone fruit, we were saying that for a long time. And again,
Yeah.
there's a lot of reasons why it made sense. But like I'm trying to say, there's so many fan fictions, which is not. It's like it's just a logical course of action that Oda
Yeah.
can take. All right, let's continue. So my guy's like saying that's the old Albaf way. Albaf has changed, and Harold's like, I'm sorry, Zebek's like, people never change. The same bloodlust is still pulsing through your veins. Hey,
Yeah, that's what
can't
Loki
you just-
says. That's what Loki said. Remember when
Yeah.
Loki and Ja Rule 14 years ago they were having a conversation. That's what Loki was saying.
Because Zebek and Loki are like this, man.
Yeah.
Whitebeard's like, hey, can't you two just enjoy the meal? And Harold and Zebek are just going back and
One
forth.
sec, real quick. Alberto Silva says Xebec being revealed before Dragon's Devil Fruit. I said, what are you gonna say to that?
Bro, that means that's just how much stronger Dragon has to be.
That's crazy.
Because in a shonen
It's so
story, the
crazy,
next
man.
thing has to be stronger, right? So when Dragon's revealed, he'll move the red line. He'll move mountains.
What do y'all want to
islands,
see more?
The seas.
Like Xebec, Dragon coming to Elbaf or Xebec's sister? Like, what do you think?
Dragon coming to Elbaf. Like, what is that even?
Obviously, Sid's gonna say that. Sid's been freaking
Yeah, what are you
dreaming of
gonna
that.
say?
Since a
Bro,
little boy. I'll be honest with you.
Bro.
I generally want the sister theory to be correct, but I mean, I'll be honest. I don't think he's coming to Dragon come to Elbaf. Yeah, man. If the chance of that
You
happening
should make
is
a poll.
like,
You should make a
Yeah.
poll.
he's not coming to Elbaf, man. Okay, I believe that the chance of that happening is like.
he came to Egghead. Everybody laughed at me. He came to Egghead.
It's time to sit down.
Oh, just
now,
stop, man. Man
Chapter
talked about flashback
1098. Go on chapter 1098. Who do you
about
think?
20 years ago from
Dragon.
the story. Nah, man, you're taking a piss. You know, I can't lie. Yeah, I do believe that Dragon's gonna come in the final fight, but enough. I don't think he's gonna make his move to do anything to do with the One Piece itself. It's gonna be directly to the government, and it's gonna be in the red line.
Because Dragon was
If
technically
Dragon will come.
supposed to come to Elbaf, I mean to Egghead as well. I was waiting for him there.
Bro, if Sid said the team is gonna go to the moon right after freaking
Okay,
Egghead.
hey,
Yeah?
let's not
Yeah,
bring
I
that
don't
out
think
here.
it's gonna
Let's
come.
not
I
bring.
believe in the moon theory
Listen,
more than
listen. There was no clickbait to do that week. Okay, we had to cook
Bro,
up something.
Well,
you know how much time
I
Justin
believe that the
put
Rent
I
into
was
believe that
that?
the
due.
group
You
has
said,
to
don't
go
you
to the moon.
remember? Don't you remember? Rent
I
was
do
due.
remember.
Rent was due. We
Yeah, it was
needed
due. It was
something.
due. I can't lie, yeah. I sincerely believe, yeah, that the freaking Straw Hat crew would go to the moon before Dragon would come to Alba, before Egghead. I'm like, bro, he ain't come to Egghead. Bro, that ain't happening.
He did it.
He's
You
like,
guys are
Sid, I
hating.
remember
Dragon was in
Sid literally
chapter
said,
1085. Dragon was in chapter 1098. Why do I know the exact chapters? Listen, I've read them a
The
lot.
only thing,
Sid
the,
literally
the
said
only
if
thing,
Dragon doesn't come to Elbaf, if Dragon doesn't come to Egghead, the Straw Hats are going to the moon. It's either one or the other.
yeah, that's what he said. 100%. I remember him
Okay,
saying
let's
that.
continue. Let's
Remember this?
continue. Let's move on, chat. Let's move on from this.
My
Oh,
camera heard it and it broke.
look.
No, I'm just kidding. And I swear down, I can't lie to you. I do believe that Dragon will be coming, but not obviously to Alba, but he's going to be coming to the red line, and we're going to see a crazy fight there. It'll be like a mini, because remember, the red line has to be destroyed. We know the red line has to be destroyed, and beneath the red line, the Fisherman Island is there, and Fisherman Island needs to be destroyed. And I believe that Sunlight Eve needs to be destroyed. Because
Yeah, no, you have to think about it, right? Like because Dragon
Yeah.
has to now come, like give flowers to Vegapunk's grave. Like he does that. He has to go and give flowers to everyone's graves. That's his
He'll do it
thing now.
eventually.
Is that
He'll
his
do it
job? That's not just his
It's his
job. He's
job.
gonna be
Like
fighting.
he did in Ohara. Now he's coming to
Dragon's gonna look east.
Egghead.
He's gonna look there, look towards Alba before
Dude,
he's gonna reach
Dragon's
it.
gonna
y'all
wait for
joke
another
about
two
it,
of his
but-
another two of his commanders to get kidnapped, and then he's like, okay, I think it's time to move.
But
Oh,
when
wait,
Look what
Dragon
Dan
looks
Wood
west,
said.
when Dragon
Look
looks
what
west,
what
you
Dan
guys
Wood
will
said.
see. You guys will see what happens.
R.I.P. Vegapunk. I'm drunk. That's sad, bro. But sincerely, my idea is this: yeah, look, the red line will be destroyed, and Dragon will play a part into that destruction as well. Luffy will, but Dragon will too, and the Revolutionary Army, because the red line represents a lot. It represents oppression and separation, and not the antithesis to unification. So once that's destroyed, and the prophecy of Luffy destroying Fishman will come true. But that's going to be destroyed.
Dragon will be one of the major factors for the flooding of the world to be stopped and the water to recede.
I feel like Dragon's gonna die by the end of it. Like
let's
I
move
feel
on
like
from Dragon.
probably.
Let's finish this chapter. Let's finish this chapter.
All right, so you guys should know that if you follow a man like him, you'll only be led to ruins. Yeah, and then Shiki's like, following that moron. Don't make me laugh. We're all completely out for ourselves. None of us would bat an eye if Rocks died. That's sad, man. That is so sad. Shiki the Wicked, future Golden Lion. And then, well, that's not to say his plans don't have a certain appeal. They could prove very lucrative. Miss Buckin, the tech bandit, Buckingham Stussy. Bro, she looks peng, bro. How the heck did she turn into an old hag? Bro, she got how did her son, yeah? I know it's like a testy baby, but how did Vivo it looks like a demon, bro? He looks like something like you poo out and then you're like, whoa, is that you ate some sweet
It's
corn or
literally
something?
Frankenstein's monster, you know? Like Weevil looks like that. A failed Frankenstein monster.
Yeah, he does.
Like with stitches and everything.
Wipe his bed hair to make him. All right. And then you got Don Marlon, a gangster from the West Blue, who's obviously Capone's great granddad, or at least part of the ancestry.
Oh, his granddad,
Have
yeah,
you
probably.
have you heard of Hachinoso, Fulaled, the place they call the Isle of Exile, or even Pirate Island? Countries all around the world send the worst inmates there as a form of penal exile. Oh my God, Fulaled is Australia confirmed. What the frick? Who would have thought that? Fulaled is Australia. Okay. It was meant to be a barren island with no food, where all you could do was wait for death. Edward Newgate, future Whitebeard.
Oh my god.
Hey, This guy is definitely Karibu's great dad, granddad or dad. But last year, the survivors started banding together. And why do you think that happened? Pirate Prophet, Ochuhoku, future Commodore of Pirate Island. Oh my god, he's definitely Karibu's granddad. Oh, what the dad? Look
Bro,
at that.
that is yeah. The pirate prophet and Karibu knows about the ancient weapons and all this info.
Yeah. And
Hey,
he got the eyes, the triple eyes thing. I'm not gonna go
yeah.
so far, but I feel like his father, his father's spirit is living on his own stuff.
Oh
All
my.
right.
No, we
Imagine
know he
everyone.
was alive until like at least 2 years ago,
Yeah,
because
no. He
Law,
got a cert.
Kobe,
He got a
Blackbeard, they
cert.
fought him. Yeah.
Law and the Rocky Port incident.
Yeah.
Believe it or not, the island had a massive gold deposit. A shadowy organization found out and got involved. They helped the criminals a massive fortune that really pissed off the government. Ganzui, the smuggler, and he's Apu's dad, isn't it? Everyone's dad, isn't it?
Everyone's a nepo baby. Everyone's a nepo
Everyone's dad
baby.
is there, bro. These days, anyone who gets near the island gets swarmed by the hardened criminals. They strip you of everything. So then we cut a deal with the government. I asked, how much are you gonna pay us if we take the island back for you guys? Once we get the money, we'll take down Pirate Island and split the mountain of loot between us. But there's no way in hell we're just gonna hand over the island to those criminals, referring to the government. After that, get it? They're gonna take the island. They make a deal here, so the government won't be involved. Once they get that gold, they'll be rich and they'll have the means to finally fund their freaking
Dude,
pirate
this is
crew.
like
And then
Dragon. Dragon is always like broke as hell back in the day. He needed money.
you know what? This reminds me more of Kaido and Blackbeard. Look at the parallels here. My guy has a big brain plan. He wants to fight the government. He was doing it all alone for a long time. It's been 8 years. He was doing it alone, but then realized, you know what? I can't do this alone. I'm gonna get some good crew members. I'm gonna fight people with my strength, and I can't. And I'm gonna use the law which every pirate follows. The debut back. So
And also
he
one more
amassed
thing,
crew members.
if you notice, like it's like Blackbeard, right? Everyone's in it for themselves. Something. It's a very similar crew that they have. Like,
Yeah.
But I think
Blackbeard literally says that.
But look what Rock says. I'll take charge of Hachino, so full of lead, and with these dumbasses under me, we'll turn it into pirate paradise. I can already see the government and Marines standing there like clueless dogs. Because look, what he's doing here is this: he's forcefully creating a parallel and opposition to the government. Right at this point, there's no Roger, there's no freaking four Yonkos, there's no, none of these freaking opposing
Yeah.
Roger
forces
is like
against
a
government.
rookie, right? Still.
Yeah,
That's
there
what's
is no
happening.
powerhouses against the government. The government has a monopoly of the sea.
There's no
The government's
revolutionary. There's nothing.
yeah,
Yeah.
the government is literally running shit, bro. And this is the
The
first man
only
saying, you know
thing
what?
that we've seen that stands against the government is Harold and his human nation buddies with their like
Yeah.
alliances. That's
Hundred
the only
percent.
thing.
So right now they have no fear, right? And then this guy Rocks comes along and say, you know what? All of these other pirates are stupid. They're just going out there, they're just plundering, they're just trying to make get a bit of gold and live happy. Most pirates were
Mhm.
like that. But this guy he's the epitome of what it means to be a pirate. Because actually, people don't know this. Pirate actually came because it started from, one of them, it started from France and England. They wanted to go roam the sea away from the government. It's called privateering, yeah? They wanted to work against the laws of the government. They're doing privacy. And that's why they were hunted by the government. They just wanted to trade and make money for themselves.
I
And the
think they
government
use the
stopped.
whole concept of international waters like a bit too serious. They're like, yeah, we can do everything on international
They want to
waters.
be free
So
in the sea
even
to
murder is
travel.
legal there. And also one more thing,
But
look at Loki like listening to this conversation at the side.
he's actually, I think, look, I'm not gonna lie, Loki, deep down, he's a naive guy. And what Xebec is telling him is facts, because he doesn't know how the world is like. He doesn't know the opposing force, the government, are evil. And joining them is not going to help your cause. So he's trying to create a world where actually Harold would have been better off. Harold would have
Harold
been in
still
a better.
believes there's a difference where we know as the audience that Emu exists and there's someone in the empty throne, but there's an illusion provided by the celestial dragons and the Gorosei that because the reverie is held every 4 years with 50 different kings and they all like discuss policies, they discuss like trade agreements, things like that, and it's the kings of the nations coming together like a UN who control how the world is going to go on, right? But and Harold believes the entire propaganda, and that's why he's for the past like 40 years he's like, oh,
Begging.
I'm gonna go to the reverie, I'm gonna make them see us as like people, just like the fishmen. And he doesn't know, even the people, like the people in the reverie don't even know that Imu exists, and every single decision they're making
Yeah.
is forced by the Goro, say by any means possible. They will let Crocodile come to your nation and do like the rain dances, use the rain dance powder to crush your nation down. They won't they won't try to help you because it doesn't benefit them, right?
That's why knowledge is
They
power,
fucked it
man.
up.
If you have certain knowledge about how
Yeah.
things are, you realize that everything is being manipulated. And look what, and this proves the point. Zebek, yeah, people think Zebek just wanted to be the king of the world because he wants money, he wants to be controlled. But look what he says here. This is just the prologue of my life. Using that island as a base,
Hey, that's
I'll
evidence
cross
to
the
your
Navy.
theory, bro. That's
Yeah,
evidence to your theory.
word bar for bar. What I swear down, guys, bar for bar.
Prologue.
Literally said everything I said, yeah? I'll crush the navy, bring the Holy Land crashing down, and after that, I'm gonna be king of the world. Because he can't do this. He can't become a leader and push the way. Maybe he wants equality. We don't
We're
know
gonna
what he
see
wants.
Dragon as a Marine and God Valley be inspired
Yeah,
by
but he
Rock.
has to crush down the freaking evil dictator, man, which is Imu. And then this is him. And this is Harold. Your enemies are too big. You're picking a fight with the whole planet. And then Harold's
Yeah, he
Zebek's like,
believes that every single nation will become his enemy, but that's not true.
yeah.
They're suffering themselves because of this system.
Look what the guy says. My guy Zebek is so sick, man. He's so tonight. This is why I love Oda, man. He knows how to read people and write good character. Zebek's like,
Yeah.
say what you want. One day, someone's bound to pull it off. So he's not trying to say me. He says someone could do it. Yeah, and so why not me? It's gonna happen, but I can do it. There is no such thing as power that lasts forever. Join me, Harold. If we team up, we will be unstoppable. This is peak, bro.
So
I
why do
will.
I
He's
feel
not
like
wrong.
like
You know
like
he's
looking
not
at this,
wrong.
right? Why do I feel like Blackbeard and Luffy would join forces at the end?
Blackbeard's a rat. I'm always gonna
He
hate
is.
Blackbeard.
He is not. I'm not lying. He is. But like, there is a reason why Aokiji joined him as well, right? And why do I feel like at the end of the day, Luffy and Blackbeard will have the same like sort of end goal. Yeah, and
Do
this
you,
is I'm saying like out of my like head, right? That they
I
could
think
like
he
join
will.
forces.
I don't know. I think Oda wants us to. I don't know if you guys know this, but before One Piece became an actual serialized series, One Piece one shot was very
The romance
different.
one, yeah,
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 Romance of Dawn talked about different type of pirates and forget about pirates,
yeah. The
different type of
Morgana pirates or something,
yeah, the Morgana pirates, and basically there's good people, the good pirates and the bad pirates.
and the
So
bad pirates.
there's a nature within the pirate the group. Now Blackbeard, yeah, he believes in freedom. He believes in liberation. His move is literally called liberation. One of his moves. But
Hmm.
there's a limit. Yeah, what is the definition of liberation? Because sometimes one person's freedom means another person's oppression. What Blackbeard had to do to get full freedom of he had to free people from Impel Down. But to get into Impel Down, he had to create a freaking crazy scene to distract the government. To get to
Yeah.
his plan of freeing people, which is liberation, yeah, and to help
Ace
them
had
join
to
his
be
crew.
captured. He
Ace
had to
had to
get
be
the Yami
captured.
Yami no Mi by killing his own crewmate
Exactly.
Batch.
Yeah, exactly. And what is this? And people think, yeah, he's just liberating. But what is this move? He puts everything in a black hole first, just like he did with
Hmm.
Ace. Is a metaphor there. He put everything. He
Yeah.
extinguishes the light by sucking everything into his black hole, and then he lets it all out. He says liberation. That's only possible because his mindset works like this. Okay, I'm only freeing what I want to free. I'm only doing what my freedom is what matters. You get me? He's very individualistic of freedom. Where Luffy, yeah, he doesn't want to trample over other people's freedom. He will only free people because they are oppressed directly, and the person who's oppressing them, yeah, they have a choice in that oppression. Like if, for
Mhm.
instance, Emu doesn't need to go, run the world. That's just because of his ego, you know. But Ace, Ace getting captured, him being just all for Blackbeard's plan. That's bullshit, bro. My guy did that because he just felt that's pure ego, man. And he also kills Tatch. He had no code. He doesn't have morals. Whitebeard
No,
is true when he said,
he wanted to become a warlord of the sea, right? He's like, yeah, if I give Goldie Rogers' son to the government, yeah, they make me a warlord. And the only reason he wanted to be a warlord is to enter Impel Down and get the
yeah.
prisoners.
Yeah,
So like
but you know,
he
I
was
believe
going
Blackbeard's ultimate goal is Xebec's. I think this is why I think it goes hand in hand to say that Xebec's sister got kidnapped, because in the beginning I think Xebec wanted to topple the world government, and it was more of a like a dream and ambition. But then it became personal, and that's why when he gives the wusa wusa, when he gives that whisper to Blackbeard, it's more of a like a you gotta do this. The means just the ends justify the means. You get it? So he's the Blackbeard. What is Blackbeard's plan? He wants to find the One Piece because he realized the dream is true. He took over full lead like his father. He amassed the crazy number of strong pirates. He's making a crew so strong, better than Kaido. He's actually giving them real devil fruits, not fake ass devil fruits, but real devil fruits. He's doing what Kaido couldn't do. And now, yeah, he's a Yonko, but now what's the next stage? After the One Piece, what's the next stage? He will go against the world government and topple it. I think that's what he wants. He's gonna
I think
fulfill
he's going
Zebek's
step by
dream.
step. So yeah, he becomes a
Yeah,
Yonko, then the Pirate King, and
yeah.
then the King of the
And
World
right now, his main goal is to make Hachinose a official country.
of yeah
Yeah.
country, underworld
And I don't
country.
want to say this, but Zebek, even though I don't like Blackbeard, Blackbeard is not evil. Have you noticed? He didn't do anything out of anger or hatred. He didn't kill
Yeah,
anyone because I want to kill you. He had to kill. He had to kill his member because he needed the fruit. He had to take
he
in
had a
a stream.
meticulous plan the entire
Yeah.
way, but that doesn't say that he's not evil. Like even planning anything wrong, I would put
No,
you under
sorry.
evil standard.
He's evil. Don't get me wrong. He's a bad guy, but he does things very objectively. He
Yeah,
doesn't do it
Yeah.
because
he
I
doesn't do it out of
don't like this guy.
emotions. Yeah.
Yeah. Everything is objective oriented for Blackbeard. Anyway, continuing on, he says there's no such thing as power that lasts forever. Join me, Harold. If you team up, you'll be unstoppable. Quiet. No, quit inviting me. I told you I'm the king. That doesn't matter. Sorry, that doesn't matter. I'm going to claim it. The whole damn world. The world? Loki's getting so gassed. He's like, what? The world? Loki suddenly realized he had found salvation. 4 years passed. Harold continued rejecting the numerous invitations he received until one day, Rocks, I swear, bar for bar. Guys, watch my last video, man. Bar for bar. I tried to do Zebek's life story, and it just freaking matched perfectly. Rock's plan, apart from a couple of details here and there, Rock's plan had finally reached its fruition, backed by his monstrous crew. He would send shockwaves throughout the world. Set sails, ya bastard. Let's
shit.
go. Wow, this is turning into some peak fiction, man.
Bro, right here, right? Like this moment when Harold was invited, if Harold agreed and joined Rox, I think Rox's plan would have succeeded to take over the world. Because in this final saga, right, the entirety of Elbaf arc, there's something about the giants that Emu wants. Like ever since this arc, from Gunko to Emu, just the reversey board, the piece being flipped, the giants being flipped to one side, because until now they've stayed neutral, right? Them being flipped to a side is gonna literally change the world because that's just how OP they are. That's why Big Mom was trying to create giants. That's why the government was trying to get giants into their crew, to get giants for the past like 100 years. I think this
Giants are the
moment,
warriors.
yeah.
That's why the true
If
Jogo
Harold
is a
said
giant.
yes, the Rocks would have won against Emu.
The
That's what I
true
think.
Sun God Nika is a giant because they're warriors, in it. All of them are warriors.
That's why there's a giant hat.
Just to put this aside, yeah. This is another reason why I believe that Rocks. I wish this is the case. I'm not saying it is 100%, but if Rocks had a sister, which was taken by Garling,
This is your
Garling.
dragon, Rocks.
Listen. I tell you why. I tell you why. Yeah, it makes sense because you're telling me my guy, yeah, had this big brain plan. He meticulously he got full of lead, everything step by step. Yeah, he was achieving his goals, and then he's finally gonna go to God Valley, and he's gonna sort shit out, and then he gets destroyed. Everything just goes out of like he's planning for ages, bro. He's planning from day one, and then he didn't foresee the God's Night. He didn't foresee that the other pirates being there. So there's something
agree with
that
you.
should have been there that triggered him, that made him lose
Yeah.
the rationale. And what I'm saying, what made him lose the rationale should be anger. It's like he saw his sister
And
killed.
you know
or
what I
someone-
think happened in God Valley?
Yeah.
I think that the pirates, they started to see, because you have You have Roger, you have Garp, you have the Gods Knights, Garling is there. These forces were too much. The Gorosei are there. These forces were way too much for Vox to handle. And Whitebeard, like his crew of misfits, they started to see that Rock started to lose. And instead of helping, like a normal crew, like Luffy's crew, they would have helped Rocks fight through this situation, right? But these guys aren't there for Rocks. These guys aren't there for world
Let me
domination.
come to that in
They
a
got
second.
their treasure. They betrayed him. That's why Kaido is like so worried that he believes that in every pirate crew, people will just betray you. Because
Okay,
even
look,
the strongest person he had ever
I don't
known,
know.
he
I'll
got
come back to
betrayed
that.
by his
I got counter
crewmates.
to that. I got a counter to that in a second, yeah. But I kind of get where you're going. But I want to shout out to chat because look what Joe D List said. I just noticed this right now. Said
Yeah.
Joe D List, my guy. My chat's on fire. Look at that. Go back to the freaking
Hey,
panel. They
no
had
shot.
Daily-
No way.
Daily-
Hold up.
Go back to the daily
Wait,
backfire.
where?
My guy got his observation hockey on
Hold
lock.
up.
Joe, man, you're on fire. Look at that. That's a straw hat.
What the hell is
That's a
that?
straw hat.
No way.
What?
Is that? Nah, but Rox is a rookie, man. I don't think that's Rox. I mean, sorry, Roger is a rookie at this point.
Yeah,
I don't think that's Roger.
way. Yeah, that
That
doesn't.
can't be him.
There's no stripe there. It should
Yeah,
be like a stripe. Just a
it could
hat.
be. It could be though. I think he's onto something. But that's look at the axe. That could be Gabon's axe.
Wait, let me screenshot this. I'll
I mean,
talk about
we're
it on the
stretching.
video.
We're
Thank you,
clutching on
Joelist.
straws, man. Yeah, Joe's onto something though.
Hey,
But
Joelist.
let me address your question though. Your postulation about him being betrayed. I don't think that's the case though, because I think Rox understood his crew. He sold I wouldn't say lie, but he sold a promise that you're gonna get riches, you're gonna get devil fruits, you're gonna get treasure. You're gonna get what you wanted. Just follow me. And we're gonna go to God Valley, and you're gonna get everything that you want there. It's gonna be there. So they didn't do anything out of his expectations. He sold them something, and they followed through. But whilst I think he knew they're gonna do all of that, but whilst they do that, he would do everyone will be distracted, so he can do his mission in hand. Only him and Whitebeard were on the same pathway. But I think something happened. Whilst everyone's doing what they were doing, something happened.
There has to be a betrayal because Kaido kept talking about it. His crew would betray. Like he didn't want his crew to betray, right? Anyway, we're at the 2-hour mark. Chat. We finished the chapter. Holy, so much yapping. Thank you so much for watching, you guys.
Yeah, man.
Go check out Anime Drip Shop.
Chapter out of 10? I said before we finish, what do you give the chapter out of 10?
10 out of 10.
Oh no, bro! I know it's 2 hours. I need to open a pack though, because I'm doing.
Oh yeah, you need to open a pack, dude. 10 out of 10. One Piece. This entire Loki flashback. Every chapter 10 out of 10 for me. I think last chapter for me was a better chapter than this chapter, but both are 10 out of 10. Like the last chapter was more emotional, and the reveal of Rocks was just like insane.
Oh, I love this chapter. The paneling in this is so good.
Next chapter, I don't think we're gonna reach. I think we're gonna reach God Valley end of next chapter because right now in the flashback we're at 42 years ago now because Rocks came to visit Harold. Oh, sorry, 48 years ago. So we're gonna see 44 years ago, and 44 years ago, I think Kaido joined the Rocks Pirates 44 years ago.
Wait, we can tell it says 4 years later. Then that's when you got fully led, right? 4 years.
Yeah,
Past,
44 years ago is when Kaido joined.
No. There's before, but he been asking him to invite for how long though? Oh yeah, only 4 years. So you're right.
It's 44 years ago.
4 years, 40, yeah. So this is exactly how many years before God Valley?
This is 10 years before God Valley, like this him coming to Elbaf, and then now we're gonna be 6 years before God Valley.
God Valley happened 38 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is like I don't think it's 10 years.
Oh, okay. We're gonna reach 44 years ago is when the Rocks Pirates crew in Hachinose was like officially formed.
Yeah, I think it's like a couple of years before God's Valley.
Yeah, 6 years before God's Valley. That's where we're gonna be.
Blackbeard. This is when Blackbeard was born. This is the birth of Blackbeard, basically.
Yeah, we might see that. We might see his wife and sister use the next chapter. Next chapter. The chapter is listen. It's gonna be a crazy reveal because it's chapter 1156.
Oh yeah. You know how Oda does
1156.
numbers.
Yep.
But can I say something? I don't know if he has sisters because I know that panel on the SBS showed 2 little girls.
Pretty sure he has, yeah.
But
Blackbeard
there's
has
2 years.
sisters.
Yeah, no, I
It's
saw those
confirmed,
panels.
right?
But how does that make sense though? If Blackbeard was born 2 years before
Bro, it's rocks. Like he could be smashing baddies every island he goes.
Oh, you're not
Come
understanding
on.
my point. I'm saying Rox had a child, yeah, Blackbeard, 2 years before the birth and before his death, right? Physical's body's gone because obviously, if you
Yeah.
go by my theory that he's reincarnated spirits in Blackbeard, his actual body's gone now after 2 years. But those girls that we saw on the SBS, they look like kids. And if you go back, that's like Ace.
I think
Ace.
they're older than Blackbeard. They're
No,
older
but apparently
sisters,
Ace found them, and then that's how they look like. Ace found the mom and the 2 girls, and they look
Yeah,
very young.
Blackbeard
They look
could be just the last kid Rocks had.
I'm
Then
saying
like
they look
Yeah.
younger
eventually
than they look younger. They look young kids. They look like young kids, and it doesn't.
No,
I
that's
don't
just a sketch. Like we don't know if that's actually. Yeah, Ace is shocked in that panel.
know. Yeah, Ace is shocked in that panel seeing
It
2
could
little
be like
girls.
his mom. Blackbeard's mom slept around after.
That's what
Rock
I'm
died.
thinking, bro. I'm
So-
thinking that not Blackbeard. I think that Rock stepped around. He was definitely not, monogamous. Because guys, like manga is the Rocks, isn't it?
Yeah.
All right, let me do the pack opening. So, guys, I'm doing one pack opening every stream. So let's see what I get. This is One Piece 08, and the chase is the Rayleigh card. Yeah, so I need a Rayleigh
Oh, you
card.
looked it up, bro. It's locked in this week.
Yeah, that's what I need. So this first one, guys, you guys shout out who that. There's a doctor, but I forgot the guy's name. Oh shit! I got that. I got the rat. I got Conjurer here. I got rat.
That looks like a cool card.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
a good art, man.
really
Shit,
cool.
I give this one. This is a good solid art. He looks quite nice here. Wait, that's not Kanjiro. That's the guy from what's his name again? He's from Sky PR. You know, the
Kagura.
Shandorian.
Oh yeah, he's Sandian?
Was it Kokara? No, is it Kokara?
Isn't that his
Kagura.
name? Kagura, right?
That guy's name.
That might be his name. Okay, I've got some doctors, man.
Yeah, it's Kagura.
These guys, remember? Do you know who this is? I think these are the doctors that was missing from Drum Island.
Yeah,
Am I
from
wrong?
Drum Island, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's those
Jeez.
doctors.
Okay, got your baddie, Sid.
Oh.
Gotta send in this card.
Oh my god.
Your random kind of member, yeah. Okay, who's next? Got a nurse. I got the nurse from Zhao.
Yeah.
All right, whoops. Okay, let's see what I get. Oh, that's my. Hey, I got pudding. I'm actually hyped for this card.
Oh shit!
Hey,
It's kind of shiny too.
Yeah, I got a pudding. This is actually a good one.
Dude, I looked into it,
one.
right? And I was
Yeah.
talking to my friend, and One Piece card game is apparently one of the most expensive games to play.
Hobbies.
Because
Oh shit.
because some of the meta decks, they'll run you around $400 to build.
Oh shit. I'm just collecting. I'm
Yeah.
not doing it to play the game. I'm just doing it to collect the cards. But yeah,
You know, if I do card openings, it is a business. I could get into it. I could get into it, right?
as long as you're okay with it being
right?
as long as you're okay making it an asset. So when the business, when it's skyrockets, I don't mind. I don't mind.
I own that, But
Hey guys, I give this pack. Okay, so Uriel gave it 6 out of 10 pack. I gave it, with this card, I could say 6.5. She's at least a 7 by herself. Everyone else is like a 4. All right, guys, that's it for the stream. Much love for
thank you
tuning
for
in.
watching, guys. 2 hours. I think this might be one of the longest